Now hold on. If I'm say if I click somewhere on the board, like say here, can you guys see where I clicked?
Hold on. I might.
No.
I'm not sure
Uh,
if I can see if where you're even clicking is where I can see.
My cursor is below the Sins, the hero's tail sign.
no, I can't see it.
Clicking?
No,
Yes.
I don't see any.
No,
I
there's
don't
nothing
see
there.
Okay, then I guess that only applies to if I put something like a token physically on the
Yeah.
screens.
I mean, I did something where I made a little circle before. I don't know how I did it.
Yeah, if you could just like even just edit a little arrow to point like where on the map you guys ended up.
Well, I made a.
Okay, apparently Zach just did something.
Yeah, I made a shape.
I'm not sure how you did
How do
that.
I get? How do I get rid of it?
A couple hundred more, you can make a circle.
Uh,
What the fuck are you doing?
is it a circle
Is it-
yet? Is it a circle yet?
Is it cubism?
He's
What
adding
have
to
you
the gag
done?
reel. He's adding to the gag reel is what he's doing. There we go.
All right. Wanted to make sure I still
I
have
still
that.
need to find that stupid.
I just want to make sure I still have that map from Chris in my message history. I should.
If not, I know it's posted somewhere in the D&D page on Discord.
Oh,
I was looking through and I found the map I made, the crudely drawn one.
Oh yeah, that.
Where is this?
It's in the message history. Hold on, I'll drop it in Discord again.
You're talking about Karashia, right? Not Loviana.
The one I drew. What? That's not
Yeah.
what I wanted. Hold on.
That's a bunch of numbers. What the fuck is that?
I don't know. Oh, I copied the ID, not the link. I'm stupid. There
sounds
it
about
is.
right.
Look at this beauty.
Oh, right, this thing.
Yeah,
at
that's
that.
Karashia.
My drawings
Right,
are
that-
amazing.
That's Karashia before I scoured the internet for that map making site and fixed the fuck out of it.
Listen, I
yeah,
think
that's a double-sided dildo right there.
The sad part is she's not wrong.
it's all for your pleasure. The pleasure.
Oh shit! Oh shit! The right side is even ribbed with the mountain range.
We call it the land of pleasures, the land of leisures.
Then.
Hold on.
And we do have control of the camera wait, what is that? How'd you do that?
What'd I do?
You just clicked something and I saw it ripple out.
Oh, see, that's what I was talking about before. I don't know how I did that. I was. Just
Up.
no, I
how do
didn't.
delete
Like, 'cause
that?
I wasn't doing anything. Like, I didn't have an option selected. I
How
don't
do I
know.
delete that?
Just use the. Here, maybe. Oh. All right, I can't do it. You use the move select tool and then hit delete or backspace or whatever. I don't know
Alrighty,
how
that's-
I don't know how I did that.
Damn it.
I did it on accident. Damn it!
Wait.
My charger keeps falling out. Hate these outlets because they're so loose. Oh, someone did it. That was you.
Okay,
was
okay,
Chris.
okay. So you just click and hold.
All right.
So if you put them, if you okay, yeah,
and
now
then we
everybody's
all
doing it.
immediately do it.
I'm a fucking trendsetter.
Hey, I figured I did it first.
I know.
Accidentally, but you did.
And now AJ's putting hers over her little ball of light. That's cute.
Wah. Except hers actually matches her color. Hers and Deadlock's. Chris,
That is why I made them that way.
No, but I mean, like, theirs matched. But I mean, like, our color. You know, my circles.
Yeah,
Like,
that's because you decided to make yourself pink.
Can I change that? How about change that?
Yes.
Yes.
Go to where it says the Pixel Doctor, that little block of pink next to your name, and just change it to orange.
I clicked on it. It's not working. No, I think it's because like. Hold on. I just gotta.
Oh no, it is click that. It is click that. I'm stupid.
Did you right click or left click?
I literally just left clicked the block.
Not working for me.
Yeah, it popped up for me.
Fuck this.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Fuck you
Love
too.
that song.
Hold on.
I just love that line from the song.
Here we go. Oh,
Anywho.
I figured it out. Okay, now what color is orange?
I don't know. Are you colorblind?
Well, it says hex. Like it's going like, I don't know. Fucking.
Literally, you can just click one.
It didn't give
You
me.
have a whole color thing up there.
It didn't give me the option. Oh shit! There's a map.
A map with no labels or anything.
No need.
Nani?
So this should still, because y'all started
Are we
out
Japanese
here.
all of a sudden?
We can be Japanese if we want to. Just gotta believe hard enough. Mine usually is, but there's occasional like things that'll get through. Usually
Mute the
it's
phones,
Twitch.
mute the phones, occupy the parents with Netflix, tranquilize the hamsters, we're good to go.
Hamsters are nocturnal, you realize.
That would explain so much.
Yeah. All right.
Fucking thing woke me up in the middle of the night more times than I can count running on that damn wheel.
That would be why, babe.
I'm surprised you didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I'm surprised that you only just realized that now.
Oh, bite me. I haven't had a hamster in like 10 years.
I never had a hamster. My mom didn't want them. Said obviously, like I said, I've been recording real quick. I just realized that this island over here, I think this is the one that we're on, right?
Yeah, that's North Vernal.
It looks like a cat with a weird back leg.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could see
Yeah,
it.
yeah, he's not wrong. I can see it. Like, that's the head right there.
That's
Yeah, technically Vernal is made up of that island and the one to the south of it.
This one?
Yeah.
It looks like a bird.
Wait, that's North Vernal?
No, this
Yeah,
is
the one
this
the
is
one you
north.
guys are currently on with the one with League City is North Vernal. Like you'll go to
That's South
South Vernal. Yeah, you guys will go to South Vernal during this chapter, but it's a whole other thing down there.
You got a whole bunch of weird looking things. You got a heart-shaped island over here.
That is, I believe,
Got a very angry Pikachu.
Angry Pikachu.
That
Okay,
does not look like a Pikachu.
It looks like a
I'm gonna
Pikachu.
have to
Look, that's
I'm
a-
gonna have to
that's a-
scroll around to see what the fuck you're talking
That's
about.
his ear. Except he doesn't have a tail.
That does not look like a Pikachu.
Pikachu. Look, he's got the little eye right there, and then he's got his
That's
nose.
not a Pikachu.
And this is his hand.
You have been vetoed officially.
You're
Yeah,
retarded.
no, that's not a Pikachu.
This is Pikachu.
Okay, but last time on Sin's The Hero's Tale, our adventurers found their paths crossed on an off-the-books passenger schooner called the Glen, bound for Antelia from Crystal Cape. They were Jura Harrock, a hot-headed Viashino warrior with a hatred for all things arcane, Okazad, a dragonborn sorcerer with an interest in the Lovianan Navy, Charia Abarith, a half-drow bard on the run from Underdark nobility, and Thalia, a 2.5-tailed kitsune rogue exiled from her land and fresh out of jail after a tavern fight. The ship was in a grave state of disrepair, and its captain, a goblin named Grodesker, seemed to care for little beyond lining his own pockets. Grodesker knowingly neglected his tribute to one silver piece to Rashia, the goddess of the seas, confident that he could continue getting by as he had without sacrificing his money to the gods. Unfortunately, the gods seemed to have reached the ends of their tolerance for Grodesker's disrespect, and the Glen was suddenly caught in a massive and brutal storm. One of the passengers, Nakit, a Komodo dragon lizard man, took the wheel in place of the lost helmsman, while Jura, Okazad, and Charia tried to furl the sails and help get the ship under control. Several bolts of lightning struck near the ship, each closer than the last. Thalia, as if knowing what was to come, looked on and braced herself. A moment later, a final lightning bolt struck the Glen's mast, splitting the ship in two, and throwing the passengers and crew alike into the ocean. The adventurers lost consciousness, and their fate appeared sealed. The next thing they knew, they had awoken on an unfamiliar beach. The four adventurers had survived the ordeal, along with Nakit, as well as a young kitsune named Ayame and a fawn named Mel. Grodesker was dead, and his crew nowhere to be found. All were met by a mysterious woman named Martavir, who told them that they were on North Vernal, many leagues south of where they were supposed to be. After hearing of their plight, Martavir mentioned a friend of hers on the island who might be able to help get them a ship, and so began leading them through the jungle. As the group entered a clearing, they were assailed by a horde of human skeletons, led by a much stronger skeleton captain. As the battle began, the group noticed that Martavir had disappeared, and after a tedious battle, she appeared once more, having finished off the skeleton captain and revealing the bones of several more skeletons that she had slain during the encounter. Many of the party members deemed her untrustworthy, but she digressed and continued leading them across the island. Before long, they arrived at the island's central cove and beheld the beachside settlement of League City.
Woo!
He...
Yeah, episode 2.
Woo!
I kind
So
of.
viewers at home will be pleased to know that now that it has not been thrust on me, I have actually researched what the fuck a GM is supposed to do. I have
That would be helpful to know.
And
I have books, I have references, I know the rules now. It's going to be terrific.
And I fixed the camera.
Better be.
Okay. So moving right into this, before we get along, I would like to make a point that I completely neglected last time because I was a dumbass. Thalia and Mel threw a couple of daggers in that skeleton encounter. I'm gonna say you guys picked those up.
That would be nice.
Yeah. And one other thing, Charya is sort of absent this session because MJ's not here. He's otherwise occupied. So I'm going to assume minimalist temporary control of her for whenever it's needed here. Okay,
But
so
you're a
moving right along into this.
But you're a sad face because he's gone.
So
Say
Mardavir, so Mardavir is bringing you guys to the fort overlooking the town. And as she's walking with you guys, she looks back and you see her sort of cock an eyebrow. She seems dismissive of it at first, but about a minute of walking later, she turns back around and asks, Are you sure I've never met any of you guys before?
How would we have?
You just look really familiar. Like, I could swear I've met a group just like you before. A Viashino, a Silver Dragonborn, a Kitsune, and a half-drow.
That's racist.
Yeah, never seen you.
Same goes for me.
She looks at you, AJ. You said your name was Thalia, right?
Yes.
Like, after poking her head for a second, she just kind of shakes her head and brushes it off. No, you're right. The Kitsune I knew had more tails than you did. No offense.
Oh, you bitch.
No, I don't mean your half-tail. I mean the one I met had 6, I think?
6? Damn, that must have been an old kitsune.
That's what I thought, too. Sorry, I just had you confused with someone else.
Ooh, I still don't
That's
have my
alright.
tail, bitch.
I don't want to hear it. You mentioned her tail like 3 times last time. Like, AJ was actually ready to send a punch at you through the computer in real life.
Ooh, we gonna start a fight.
Tempted
You're
to
always
continuously
looking to
cut your
start a
tail
fight.
off after it keeps regrowing.
Leave my tail alone.
Then stop messing with mine.
I would if there was an extra half tail there.
Oh, I'm gonna smack the shit out of you.
Both
You
of
both.
you, cut it.
You both argue as she continues leading you up the stairs to the fort.
It's not so much arguing as so much me just pestering.
You're gonna get your ass beat. If not by one of these two, then by somebody else.
I'm strong with
Maybe
He's
that's
stupid.
gonna
what
get his
did I
tail
do to deserve
constantly.
these?
You're just gonna get his tail constantly cut off.
She's gonna get
There's a
cur-
couple characters I've made that just for the sake of entertainment value, I'm really, really hoping you try to fuck with.
She's gonna cut my tail off and then curse me so it doesn't grow back.
Anywho, so as you're traveling up to a wide rampart, like a wall on the fort, you notice that it's got a great view of the cove. Like out onto the docks, you see all the ships out there. There's one particularly big one, a galleon that sort of towers over all the others. And opposite that, on the fort wall facing you now, are a pair of double doors, if I can not screw up my words, that open to a foyer. It's a room lined with tables and benches made of quality wood, and it's got a fireplace, or 2 fireplaces, one on each side, torch sconces lining the walls, and there's a light shining in from above through a very large circular skylight in the ceiling. And on the far side of the room, opposite the doors you just came in, are another pair of double doors, these with a very ornate nautical collage carved into them. Like, these are very high quality wooden doors. And Mardavir leads you, across the room, and she knocks a couple of times. And as the doors open, you're met with an older gentleman. He looks like he's in his mid to late 60s, maybe. Human. And he's got pale gray hair, sort of slicked back and spiked up. And he's got a strong, angular face that it seems to have aged well, all things considered. Like, he's got a wrinkle here and a wrinkle there, clearly indicate that he's an older man. but he carries himself with a very refined and proper bearing. He has a small, sharp beard that makes his chin come to a point, and a very respectable mustache that's curling upward at both ends and is properly waxed. He's got yellow eyes, slightly squinted, like habitually done throughout the years to better see in sunlight. And he's slender almost to the point of being gaunt, like there's not a whole lot of meat on him. He's got a navy blue tuxedo-like suit with 2 coattails in the back and lace-tied buttons securing the front closed. It contours to his form really snugly, except for his sleeves, which get gradually wider as they get closer to his waist. And in his left lapel, he has a gold stick pin that kind of looks like a phoenix. He's got dress pants that match his suit, and his entire outfit is pressed so well that you can cut meat on his pant legs. And then beneath the suit, he wears a bright red frill neck shirt that also frills out at the waist. He's got white gloves and really dressy black shoes that are shined so bright you can physically see your reflection in them. So as the doors
He's a butler.
essentially, like as the doors swing open, you're met with this guy, and his eyes widen a little bit as he sees Martavir. And, you know, he bows, he greets her, and he's like, "Oh, Martavir, you're a little earlier than expected." She bows back. "We need to see Isaac, like, right now." "Of course. Right this way, please."
I'm gonna steal
So the
shoes.
What is going on?
Did you just say something about his shoes?
I'm gonna steal them.
Jesus.
Can I just
remember-
clop in on the back of his head real quick?
Zach, you remember one of those guys I said I wish you would screw with?
Steal his shoes.
Okay, so
I'm just whacking Jiro on the back of the head with my staff.
Jesus.
Tell him to shut up.
So he leads you, the butler leads you guys across this other room. It's a little more empty, but as you reach the end of the room, there's another man seated in a throne-like chair behind a very old, very expensive-looking blackwood desk. And this guy, also human, he looks to be in his mid to late 30s, suntan skin, but it's focused more on his hands and his face. He's got a large black tricorn hat with a white plume feather secured in the right side. He's got a weathered and windblown face, and he's got golden brown hair parted back that flows back to about the back of his neck. And he's got bright, pale green eyes and a full goatee that connects to his sideburns. He's got a fancy white dress shirt beneath an ornate breastplate, and on top of that, he's got a faded black coat, and it almost looks military in design if you guys want to do a history roll.
Hold on, I'm just making things for people to see. Real quick, can you show the people where on the map we are?
Oh, yes. Well, when you started off, you were in Crystal Cape, over here. You were originally supposed to go to Antelia, over here. But that storm caught you up and blew you way fucking far south, down to North Vernal. So Martavir led you guys through the jungle, and you are now here in League City.
We're so far from home.
So Thalia rolled a... Oh, no,
I got
you have...
nothing.
Well, you don't have nothing because you have I gave you advantage on history checks because of your age. So you got a 4, but that's still not really enough to.
Still crappy.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to take a perception check just to like see, because I feel like I might have seen an outfit like this somewhere before.
Go ahead.
Perception, history, it's going to get you a similar result if you make the DC that I set for it. Yeah, as far as Thalia is concerned, the fuck is the military?
Well, what is a military?
She's probably distracted by something else. It's okay.
Probably.
She's probably wondering where the little kitsune girl is.
Deadlock got a 6.
I am a little protective of her, yes.
You and me both.
Alright, I have -2 in history, and my intelligence is fairly low. Let's see what I get. I did better.
Better than all of us.
Sure.
Yeah, but unfortunately still not high enough to recognize what it is. Okazad, it doesn't look like any... Like, it looks military in design, but it doesn't look like any Navy coat that you've seen.
Can I stealth to steal the butler's shoes?
Let him do it. Dude, totally let him do it.
Okay, oh no, hold on, then let me see. Let me
Hold on.
pull up this guy's sheet. That's going to be versus his, what, insight, probably?
Dexterity. Oh, it's a dexterity for me. Hold on. Can I ask him for his shoes first? Miss,
I mean, you
Mr.
could.
Butler Man, can I have your shoes, please?
Oh no, yeah, that's gonna be against his perception if you try to go for my shoes.
Yes, they're very shiny, and I'm quite interested in shiny things. I don't
Yes,
have
well.
a mirror.
Many people's first opinions of a man are based on his appearance, sir. He's just befuddled that you asked him for his shoes. He's not quite sure how to answer that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to answer that either. Just like, what are you on about, man?
But can I have your shoes, please?
I
They're not gonna fit my feet, but I want them.
I'm afraid I must decline, sir.
But please?
No.
I just walk up behind Jura and just smack him on the back of his head. Cut it out, will you?
No, I want the shoes. Can I stealth for the shoes?
I mean, you can try. It's going to be versus his perception.
I'm gonna stealth for the shoes.
Good luck with that.
This
13.
lizard is going to be the death of us, I swear.
Nope. He just beat you. He beat your 13 with a 14. So he sees you making a grab for his shoes, and he just flicks you on the snout. I said no.
I'm rolling my eyes at this entire thing.
So
You
are
and me both.
so are Mardavir, and so is the big guy in the throne. They're all watching.
I just want the shoes.
No, I just grab. No, I don't even roll my eyes anymore. I'm just like pinched into like the bridge and just like, oh my god.
So the guy in the throne, much like the butler did, expresses immediate surprise when he sees Mardavir, and again he's like he cradles his chin in his hand. I wasn't expecting you to arrive so soon.
Oh fuck, he's Irish.
Ugh, that just makes him super hot.
And here we go.
PG-13, please.
I'll overlook the fact that he's human.
And that he's like a tenth of your age.
I don't care.
He's a baby.
He can just talk the whole time. It's okay.
Well, anyway, you see, like, you know, Mardavir and this man exchanging pleasantries. Like, it's very clearly been a while since they've seen each other, and it finally comes around to Mardavir telling him, "It's worse than we thought, Isaac. The dead things are walking around on the North Island."
They're called skeletons.
Oh, fuck! You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, they're called skeletons.
Oh, you've seen them then?
Oh yeah.
And a captain.
We fought
Yeah, we
them.
killed a few of them, and then this stole my kill. Not cool.
Mardavir nods, and you see a sort of smile form under her mask. Yeah, these guys helped me. We encountered a couple skeletons, but we reminded them that they were dead.
We killed
So
them.
this man gets up and he walks up to each of you, and like he personally thanks all of you, like hand outstretched, like in an introductory shake. And as he bows when you take that, he goes, "My name is Captain Isaac League, and I'm the governor of North Vernal."
Pleasure,
Can I
captain.
keep you?
He chuckles at you. But if you guys want to roll a history, so again, Thalia, you'll get advantage with this.
Hopefully.
You're welcome for helping you, but can I have your butler's shoes, please?
No, damn it.
Will
Like-
you stop it with the shoes?
But I want the shoes.
Am I
You
going
can't
to
even
have to-
wear them.
Oh,
Am I
snap.
going to
There
have
we
to
go.
keep my eye on this one? All right, so that's a nat 20. This guy is just sandbagging. He's not just the governor of North Vernal. He is one of the 4 southern pirate lords.
Oh, all right.
Knew it.
Like as far as your dealings with them or the stories you've heard, he is the face of the southern pirate lords. Like he is the one who deals with outsiders most often.
I'll still keep him.
Can I just want the shoes, man. That's
what
all
am I
I
gonna
want.
do with you, you stupid kitsune?
Can I use persuasion to ask him for the shoes?
Oh, for fuck's sake, the shoes.
Will you stop it with the shoes?
No, I want the shoes.
Just go buy your own damn shoes.
They're not gonna be as shiny.
And that's why you take care of him, you stupid lizard.
Well, it didn't work out very well.
The guy's just standing behind League, just fucking with his mustache.
I just want the shoes. That's all I want, man. You gotta have extra pairs of shoes.
I feel like
Wait.
you need a pair of brass knuckles to just knock it through your skull.
Are you trying to persuade League to have the butler give you his shoes?
Yes,
I
and it
think
didn't go
so.
well.
All right, then that'll be against his insight. And nope, beat you by 1 again.
Damn it.
That's... You don't even wear shoes, do you, boy?
No, but I want them. They're pretty shoes.
Just ignore the idiot.
Hey.
Please.
Hey. Hey. Be nice.
He smiles again, and he kind of just makes like a dismissive gesture with his hand. It's all right, love. I deal with sticky fingers quite a bit in my line of work.
You're all gonna
Just
hate it
keep
when we
talking,
become
it's
smart.
okay.
I knew you were gonna like this guy.
I just want the shoes.
I love this guy. Seriously, can I keep him?
No.
He's
Why
got some.
not?
Well, for starters, he's got some important shit to do, and right now, you're the only one who even recognizes what he is. You're the only one who rolled that history check. So unless you want to voice what you know to the others, they don't know yet.
All I know is that he owns the butler, and I want the butler shoes.
I think I'd be too distracted by him being so awesome and handsome. and
Mr.
Wonderful.
Mr. Man, can I have the butler shoes?
No!
Does he have an
He just
extra?
He just beat your persuasion. You're not getting the butler's shoes.
Does he have an extra pair?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Can I please just clock him on the back of his head?
Can we knock him out for this?
I mean, if he pisses off the wrong person, that might just happen anyway.
I just want the shoes.
Okay, that's it. I'm hitting him in the back of his head.
Do you have an unarmed strike for that?
No, I have a staff in my hand that I can just whack him on the back with.
You think you can beat my armor class of 16?
No, you're standing still. I just need to whack you on the head just to like say no, stop. I don't need to hurt you. I just need to just make you stop.
I will break your staff.
League is watching all of this unfold.
I just want the shoes.
But now that he's standing and he's come to greet you guys, you notice more about him, like that he's wearing a loose-fitting beige pants. They almost look like Arabian slacks.
Anyway,
And he's got a sash tied around his waist that's got a white and faded red, like almost pink stripes running long ways down the length of the thing. A pair of black bucket boots made of aged black leather with steel plates covering his shins and the tops of his feet. And there's a belt over his sash where he keeps 2 pistols, one on each side, but the guns look a little odd to all of you.
Okay, I think I need to take a perception check on those guns.
Go ahead. Perception of 9.
Nope.
I guess I probably will too.
Yeah, Okaza doesn't see shit.
man, you a dumbass.
Shut up.
Hey, man, I'm just after the shoes.
It's a little bit better.
Okay, no, you actually know a little bit. So you're familiar with flintlock firearms. They're pretty common among, pirates, mariners, merchants. But these are very unusual. These are not flintlock pistols. They're very clearly different.
Okay.
Jura, you want to try your hand?
It didn't work out too well for me.
No, well, I mean, you basically gather the same thing that Thalia has, is that they're not flintlock pistols. They're very clearly different than that.
All right, well, Mr. Man, since we're here, I'm also going to call you Mr. Man. Do you either want our help, or can you send us back to where we were supposed to go?
Oh, I was actually going to work around to that later, but yes, I wasn't expecting you to offer your assistance so readily. In that case,
What?
In that case, I feel it proper to at least explain my situation.
I don't care. Just let me kill things.
Right to the point. Well then, for the other 3, he addresses Thalia, Okazad, and Charya.
I feel oppressed.
In the past couple of months, I've noticed a rising undead problem on South Vernal. My crew and I have mixed success dealing with them, but without dealing with the necromancer commanding them, the undead will continue to multiply. And frankly, the entire situation has put an enormous strain on my relationship with the locals on the South Island.
I raise my hand.
Yes,
Is the necromancer also undead?
that we don't know.
Come on, man.
Do you even know where he is amongst that huge chunk of land?
We believe that they're hiding out somewhere on the South Island, but we're not entirely sure where. My crew tend to leave South Vernal largely alone. We defend it from various threats, and in exchange, the local tribes coexist and trade with us. But in letting these undead wander around unchecked, I fear this arrangement is in jeopardy. And in addition, several pirates from my crew and from others, as well as a few very unfortunate civilians,
Oi,
have gone missing from the settlement recently.
what do you mean pirates?
Pirates tend to make port here every so often.
Oh.
So what are you asking of us, handsome?
Alright, let me switch this up here.
Jura is uncomfortable with the current situation that is happening between the Kitsune.
No, you're not.
You deal with it.
I just sigh and just like whatever.
Jura knows not of love, he only knows of uncomfortability.
Well, before we get down to what I expect of any of you, I've never seen you on Vernal before.
I told you we're not supposed to be here. We just kind of wound up here because of the goblin and the storm. He made the sea god mad. Kind of just happened.
You would not have wanted to see his ship. It was the most ruinous thing I have ever laid my eyes on.
Although I put on a wonderful display of acrobatics.
You know what? Fine, I'll give you that one.
Well, no one
So
else
your
could grab
ship-
the rope.
So your ship, what, may dock here then?
Oh no, it kind of got
no.
sunk
It
and
was
destroyed.
literally in like 2, and then the rest sunk to the sea.
Also, the captain died. I would have killed him myself, but he died on his own.
What the holy hell could have caused that?
A sea god. I
Storm.
told you he made the sea god mad. He didn't give the money to the water.
Fucking hell, you lot were caught up in that.
Unfortunately, greedy bastard that he was.
Well, you've certainly got my sympathies. He turns back and addresses the butler. We should have one or two, right, that we're not using. You see the butler nod. All right then. I'll tell you what I'll do. You were very eager to help me out with my problem, so it seems only fair that I help you out with yours.
I just want to get back to what we were doing.
Well, this will help with that as well. I happen to have a ship lying around that I'm not using.
Really?
So it's yours. So it's yours.
Well, that's pretty...
Okay, what's the catch?
Well, originally there wasn't going to be a catch. You're here because, well, it sounds like you just got some really shitty luck.
Eh.
Does he come with the ship?
Stop trying to take the man with you.
Unfortunately, I've got my own, dear.
Ah, dang it.
But no, I offer this no strings attached. If anything, the request for you to help me with my little issue would have been my quid pro quo if you chose to accept. But regardless, the ship would have been yours whether you accepted or denied the request.
Alright, well, I got a question for you.
Of course.
Now, what if we take the ship and don't go to there?
Well, it wouldn't really matter. The help I requested has already arrived. As he looks over to Mardavir and she just kind of nods back to him.
Of course.
So then you'd just be giving us a free ship.
That was the original idea. But as I understand it, you have a desperate need of an outlet for your violence.
The man knows me.
No, that's just him. He just wants anything and anything dead.
Have you ever blown up a zombie's head before?
Oh, no, I have not. I haven't had a gun before.
It is cathartic.
Can I borrow a gun?
We'll get to that.
Wow.
For now, here's what I need from you lot. Information about the necromancer responsible for this outbreak. As I mentioned, we suspect that they're hiding out somewhere on South Vernal, since that's where the concentration of the undead has been the heaviest. But I have to take some time to get your ship ready, and to get my people in order and to make a few preparations. So I invite you all to relax and take a day before setting out. My house is your house, and League City is yours to do whatever you will.
Can I use that pistol?
He gestures down to his belt. You mean these?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't oblige you that.
Where can I get some? I want some.
These I got from a weapons designer in the Fire Swamp.
Oi! That's where I'm from. Sort of.
Oh. Have you ever heard of Kinshin?
No.
Oh, you don't know. Roll I guess that would be history. See if you know who Kinshin is.
No.
Nope, you have no idea.
Tell me the tales. I want his things.
Oh, he's just well, he tends to keep to himself mostly, but he lives in the Fire Swamp just on the outskirts of Ushila. Usually people have to search for him by name, but a lot of nobles, aristocrats, royalty, all of them wear his weapons.
We'll find him later.
Hmm.
I'll remember this.
And as he gets up as he gets up again and starts like making his way towards the door, he like walks right past your group. So was there anything else you wanted to ask or tell me?
I want an arm wrestle. I need to know who's stronger.
Between you and me?
Yes.
Oh, you're gonna keep me pretty fucking entertained, aren't you?
I told you he just wants to do nothing but fight.
I must know who is the strongest. You look pretty strong.
Okay, so he goes back to his throne, he sits down, and he lowers his elbow onto his desk, and he, with his left hand, he gestures you to do the same. This is basically going to be your strength check versus his.
I'm putting 10 gold on the. I'm putting 10 gold on him.
Who on League?
Yeah.
Fucking lizard breath. Doesn't trust me.
Okay, so you square up with this man? Ooh, a 20. That's going to be... Alright, yeah, that's...
God damn it.
Yeah, fair's fair. Fair's fair. You actually beat him.
Well, at least nobody bet against it, so I guess I'm safe.
It's
He
okay.
pulls his hand off the desk, he flexes his fingers, and he nods in approval. That's not bad. I'm
Huh?
glad you offered for help.
Yeah, I kind of like you.
Likewise.
All right. Well, I guess we need to...
I just pulled Jared real quick to the side and just handed him like 5 gold pieces. Like, nobody betted anything, but you still did better than I expected.
That's free. That's 5 gold for me, bitch.
Okay, so that brings Okaza down to 20 and Jura up to 25, I believe.
No, I was at 20 already. I go down to 15.
That's right.
That's my money now, bitch. All right. Well, then we'll be on our way as well.
Yeah, he goes to leave, but before he does, Ayame stops him. And, she reaches up and tugs at his coat. He looks down.
We were originally supposed to go to Antelia, and my father is waiting for me there. We were supposed to go back to Kiriyama together, and he's gotta be worried sick.
Oh, I see. He pats her on the head and he holds his fingers up to his mouth and he whistles really loud. And there's you all hear a screech echo through the room. And as you look up to where that skylight is, it almost looks like a bird flying in through the skylight, and it perches on League's shoulder. As you're getting a closer look at it, it's a falcon pseudo dragon.
Oh, this is what you were talking about.
Yeah, so it's got like that light gray with black speckles all over its wings. It's got a beak similar to a falcon, but when it like opens its mouth or clicks it open, you see little fangs inside. It's got feathers on its wings and going like back down its body, but they stop sort of at the beginning of its tail, like where they fan out, and then it's the long serpentine dragon tail.
Where did he get one of those?
I want one of those.
Oh, South Renal is known for its draconic lineage.
Oh, lizard breath. You'll enjoy
I'll
it down
guarantee
there.
you, if you're on your way to the South Island, you're bound to see at least a few of these.
Is there dragons?
Not that I know of.
Hmm.
But
It's
no.
like lineage, not actual
But
things.
there could be a dragon. Jesus, you guys have no
Well, I've seen a
creativity.
few pseudo-dragons, a number of kobolds. I think there were, at one point, a couple of dragonborn tribes down there, but I haven't seen them in quite a while. But regardless, he turns his attention back to Ayame. So just write a letter to your father saying that you're safe and in protective company. And I'll give that letter to Hermes here. He pets the pseudo-dragon on the head.
What a
And just
polite pirate.
describe your father to Hermes, and he'll do the rest. Oh, but I do need to ask that you leave out the part about your protective company being, you know. She nods.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to spark any kind of incident.
He raises a sort of eyebrow at that. Incident?
Oh, my father is High Priest Sekia, the religious advisor to King Mao of Kiriyama.
Really?
Thalia, you remember who that is.
Oh, I know exactly who that is.
Yeah, but you also remember Sekia was a pretty cool dude. I mean, he's a little dozy, a little absent-minded, but he's he's solid.
It just
Like-
makes me more protective of her.
Yeah, but looking at the way IMA's been acting, like the way she is all like polite and soft-spoken and trying to be polite to everybody, now that she mentions it, you can very clearly see that she's Sekia's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how to arrange this now? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to there's a little place that a couple of my associates run called the Rolling Hitch Inn and Tavern. I'm going to set you guys up with rooms there for the night. I'd say maybe call around sunset, just introduce yourself to the keeper, maybe get yourself a meal. That'll be on me too, of course. Other than that, feel free to poke around town.
Oi. Well, let's go. I already got my win.
Yeah, okay, so Ayame goes off to write her letter, Nakit and Mel go off to do their thing, Charya goes off to do some shopping. So at this point, I'm going to tell you guys that you have... League gives each of you 2 letters of credit to be used in town. And at this point, I'm giving you guys 1 conversation, so just any person you want to talk to for fluff, and 2 locations you can go to in the city.
What are these called?
So-
Letters of what?
Letters of credit.
Thank you.
Basically
Ba-
saying he owes us.
Yeah, I'm just putting that in
Well,
my
no,
quote.
it's basically saying that you give this to any of the merchants in town, and they know that they can set you up with basically whatever, and League is going to foot the bill for you.
Yeah, that's fine. And I didn't mean he owes us.
Alright.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
Do you
So,
prefer-
I mean, if you guys want to use your conversations first, if you want to try to find out where stuff is,
do you perhaps have a map of the town?
he looks back to the butler, and the butler's already finagling through a drawer in the desk. He pulls out a couple of sheets, and he gives you guys he gives all of you a map of South Vernal, specifically of League City.
Can I use my letter of credit to get the butler shoes?
What is it with you and these shoes? Will you cut that out?
But I want the shoes.
He's again just stroking his mustache, and he's looking at you quizzically. What is your fascination with my shoes?
Look how shiny they are.
Just okay, seriously, just buy a pair of leather shoes and spend an hour shining them. You will get the same exact result.
Yeah, but why would I do that when I can get shoes that are that shiny right there?
Because they won't last that long if you don't care for them, you dumbass.
That's okay.
Also, because I'm not giving them to you, I need my shoes for work, if you don't mind.
You don't have an extra pair of shoes?
You're not
I-
getting the shoes.
I don't care that you even won a freaking arm wrestling contest. I want to strangle you right now.
By the gods, if you dedicated half the effort that you're putting into getting my shoes into your helping us with the undead problem, I imagine the entire situation will resolve itself overnight.
No, I can't guarantee that because I really want those shoes.
I knew it was too good to be true.
Come on, man. Can I just see them for a minute?
But he gives you the maps. So what you're looking at is there are 2 main places you can go for food if you want to. One is the Rolling Hitch Inn and Tavern, which League has already given you guys. He's basically told you that's where you're going to spend the night for free. So all of your stuff there is already paid for. So it's kind of a moot point since you're going to be going there later anyway. The other one is the Top Sale Steakhouse. As far as shops and places you can buy things, it looks like there's a bunch of street stands. There's a place called Big Lou's Treasure Emporium. There's Cat's Meow Apparel, which you ascertain is a clothing store. The Springstead Armory, which is weapons and armor. There's Vizzini's, which is a book and magic store. High Note Imports, which is a music and arts place. Or you've got Sabra's Traveling Boutique, which is miscellaneous. It's like a kind of like a thrift store, just a bunch of random stuff. And as far as just general sights, there's a beach, there's a cliffside on the southeast side of town. There's League's Fort, which he says you're allowed to explore within limits, just don't go in any locked doors. There's the docks at the base of town, there's the lighthouse, or there's the reef a little bit out into the ocean.
I'm heading to the armor shop. I'm leaving you guys behind.
Well, first you guys got to roll initiative to see who gets their stuff first.
Damn. 5.
It doesn't look like you're going anywhere fast.
I'm
Where's that?
gonna take my time kind of guy.
I think it's in the top left of your
Top right.
top right.
Or it's like top middle, but...
AJ
Oh,
having trouble finding it?
I found it.
Okay.
damn.
Okay, so Thalia gets to go first.
Okay, well, before I go anywhere, I run up to Lee and kiss him.
Oh, to League.
Yep.
This-
I kiss
How-
him and then I go shopping.
How exactly is that being done?
Oh, it's just a kiss on the cheek.
Okay, then yeah, he allows that and he kind of waves you off.
I guess I'll go to Saraba's.
Oh,
That's that,
Sabra's.
that miscellaneous place.
Yeah, Sabra's traveling boutique.
Yeah, that thing.
Okay, so I've actually been waiting for a reason to use this music. Yeah, now you guys get to deal with the Zelda style shopping music.
It's okay, soon we can actually use Nintendo Music because they're changing their creative program.
Yay!
Yay!
Interesting. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yes.
So, following a couple of signs and a couple of passersby who point you in the direction, you oh, I completely forgot to ask. Was there anyone you wanted to talk to before you left?
No, not really.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
the other one she might have wanted to talk to is Ayama, and she left already.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
League already said I can't have him, so.
So I'm already sad.
Well, you can't have him at the moment. He's kind of needed here.
Well, then I guess I'll just have to come back and get him later.
One day.
Okay. So, yeah. So, following signs and pointers from passersby, you arrive at this little. Essentially, it's a large tent set up on the beach. And you go in. It's that's propped open all nice. It's got a couple of torches around it. And as you walk in, you notice just shelves upon shelves and piles of just random miscellaneous items. But as you turn and look to the right, you notice there's a very large dog that props its head up and stares at you as you enter. And as it does, his head is now even with your head, and he's laying down.
I smile at him and greet him.
Oh, so you actually go up and talk to him?
Yeah, I go up and talk to him.
Hello.
Hello.
Talking dog.
I
No,
just do random small talk.
Okay, so just greet him, introduce yourself.
Yeah, just random small talk. Politeness.
It's not very often I find one who can speak to me.
I don't get the occasion to talk to mammalians all that often.
Well, my name is Anubis.
I'm Thalia.
Pleasure. The owner of this establishment is my master. And as you're exchanging small talk with him, you notice this fire genasi behind a counter hidden behind a couple of shelves. Looks over. Ah, I see you have met Anubis.
Yes, he's quite nice.
Ah, yes, he is. A fellow animal lover. I like that. Please, come, browse my wares.
What all do you have?
My lady, the better question is, what do I not have? If there is
Okay.
anything you are looking for, anything at all, please tell Sabra.
Do you have any unique weapons?
Weapons. He's eyeing you up and down. He notices the two short swords you have on your back. I assume dual wielding is your persuasion.
Yes.
Ah, then I believe I may have just the thing. He starts finagling, and basically what you're looking at now is the opening scene from Aladdin where the peddler is going through all the shit in his bag. And he pulls out this box. It's about 4 or so feet long, and he sets it on the counter. And he's like, "These I found in Oasis."
What are they?
Well, as he opens the box, you notice it's a perfectly matched pair of like silvery steel kopeshes, like those ancient Egyptian swords, the sickle swords.
Ooh, I like those.
Yes, I found these while I was on, while I had my shop set up in Oasis. apparently they were given to a merchant there by somebody from Mahad, who they were given to by somebody in Yushila. They have been everywhere. I do not know their exact origins.
Hmm.
Please, please, please pick them up. Try them out if you like.
Okay, well, I picked them up and sort
As-
of.
As you do, there's like a gust of wind that blows from the swords, and you can feel it. Like all your fur is getting kind of blown around. The dangly part where Sabra's turban is tied up, that blows a little bit, and his eyes go wide.
Is this like some
is-
Harry Potter like wand selection thing?
Oh, that's
You know
exactly
what?
I'm
You know
thinking.
what? That would be a good scene to equate this to. And as he's looking, he goes,
They have never done that for anyone before.
Well, then they must like me.
Interesting. Where are you from?
What is that place called?
Kiriyama.
I'm terrible with names.
Kiriyama.
I can't
Yeah, that
remember where I'm
place.
from.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're from
That place.
Kiriyama.
Kiriyama.
You must have some kind of magical attunement to these weapons.
I
Yeah,
guess
I-
so.
Then I can think of no better person to wield them. What would you say is a fair asking price?
Can I trade in these short swords?
He looks at them.
These are Kiriyaman short swords.
Yes.
Hmm. Ah, this is good. I was thinking of heading to Roanaster next. These could fetch me quite a hefty price there. Very well, you have yourself a deal.
Oh.
Your swords for the Kopeshis.
Thank you.
Ah, very good. He goes to wrap them up and then he stops.
Would you like to wear them out?
Yes, please.
He opens the box again and lets you take them.
Ah, and one other thing I feel I should give you is a promotional item. My brother makes these.
He reaches under the counter and he sets a. Have you ever seen a rope dart before?
Yeah.
It's basically one of those. Like it's got a kunai-like barbed blade on the end and about 60 feet of rope tied to it.
Does this mean I can just take my dagger back after I throw it?
Yes, I suppose it could work for that.
Then
Frankly,
I want...
I am not a hunter or a tracker. I honestly have no idea what my brother does with these things.
Then I want one of those too.
Ah, very good.
Oh, he gave you one freely because you made a deal with him.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, it's a promotional item for a shop that his brother runs.
I'm good for that.
If you are ever in Mahad and feel like doing some hunting, that is where he has his shop.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Like he's beaming over the two swords you gave him. Like these are gonna fetch him something nice when he goes to Roanaster.
Is there anything else I could interest you in?
I can't think of anything else I need.
Ah,
So-
very good. Well, if you change your mind, I will be here for another few days.
I thank him, say goodbye to the dog, and then leave.
He bows and Anubis gives you a little nod on the way out. Okay, so there's your first stop. Are you looking for food, just random sites, or are you trying to do more shopping? You still have that letter of credit from League, so whatever you want to buy is essentially free.
I wouldn't even know what I need. I mean, this is my first D&D, so I don't really know.
Whatever you
What
feel
I
like
would
you
need.
need. If you don't need
I mean, even
anything,
if-
just go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, even if there's something you just want to peruse, because you figure, come at this with kind of a Skyrim mentality. Like jewelry, like yes, it's valuable.
I steal
and it looks-
everything in Skyrim, so that's not really the best.
Okay, so
mentality.
don't do that, especially
you get
not.
what
in
he means though when he says.
Especially
Yeah,
when you can get something
don't
for
do
free.
that. Don't do that in a town filled with pirates and cutthroats governed by a pirate lord. That's not a good idea.
When you
Probably
can
not a good
when you
idea.
can get something for free.
But what I mean is like the jewelry, while it looks nice and it has some value to it, it could also have an enchantment on it that gives you something. Same with the clothing. There's weapons and armor probably don't interest you much now that you have your swords. There's a bookstore. There's a music and art store.
Okay, well,
Or
I
if you
guess
want,
maybe,
you could just go to any one of the sites around town. There's a good few of them, and hell, you could trip over something. You could roll a good dice roll and just find some random item out there.
Well, since it's free anyway, I guess I'll go to a jewelry store. Maybe get like an enchanted earring or something.
Okay, then you're looking for Big Lou's Treasure Emporium.
Okay, then I'll go there.
Oh boy, Big Lou.
Yeah, okay, so again, same with the way you found Sabra's. You follow some signs and people pointing you in the direction. I'm glad I don't even have to change the music for this. It's another shop. But you enter the door and this just behemoth of a human is looking at you. You know, he's got tan skin, a very prominent nose, older dude, like maybe late 60s, early 70s, bit of a gut. But he looks up and he's like, "Ah, welcome. What can I help you find today?"
Enchanted earrings.
Enchanted earrings, enchanted earrings. Let me see. He starts pouring through his display cases. Let me see. Ah, what about these? He hands you a little, you know, like the little half boxes that earrings are usually displayed in jewelry stores. He takes one of them out of the glass. They're little, they look like small, yellow topaz crystals with silver fittings.
Okay.
You may feel free to try if you like.
What's the enchantment on them?
These, what he's going to explain to you is basically once a day, this will give you advantage on a dexterity saving throw.
Is that a good thing?
Yes.
That's pretty
Okay.
good, yeah.
Okay. Then I guess I'll take those.
All right. Well then, that will be, and I'm just going to say he gives you some random gold amount because it doesn't matter.
Oh, I have this credit thing from League.
His eyes widen. From Captain League.
Yes.
All right, so you hand him the letter of credit?
Yeah, I hand him the letter of credit.
He looks it over, like flips over it a couple times, front and back, like looks at it a little closely. Huh. All right, everything appears to be in order.
Great.
You enjoy your purchase, ma'am.
Thank you, I will.
He bows and he waves you out.
Well, now I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go to that tavern and just chill there and wait for everybody.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's actually what you were supposed to do.
Cool.
Okay, so next up, I believe, was Okazad.
Yeah.
Deadlock finally gets a line.
Got it.
Well, this is like the prologue thing. Everybody gets their 5, or I guess in that one, 10 minutes of fame. What the hell just happened?
Music
Sorry.
stopped.
My bad. Keep going.
Okay. Okay, so Okazad, what are you doing?
I think it's time I decided to look at all the spell section, see if I can find anything to help us with a little undead problem.
Okay, so you're going to a magic store?
Yes.
Then you are getting the music again. You're entering a shop. I can't not. Okay, so the place you get pointed to is called Vizzini's.
Sounds Italian.
It is Italian.
Oh, look at
Or
that.
the name is Italian. You will find... you know what? Just hold on to this reference and combine it with a couple others I make later on and see if you can tell me what it's from. But, so this guy... excuse me. The keeper of this shop, he's a tiny, bald human. Well, balding, rather. He's got the sort of monk haircut where he's got some hair on the sides but nothing on the top of his head.
Mm-hmm.
And he's dressed in some poofy, regal, Italian-looking clothes. Ah, welcome! What can I fix you up with today?
I understand apparently you're having an undead problem to the south of here. Anything you have that can help me out with that?
Undead. I have heard about it, but, well, frankly, I don't get out of the city much, so I haven't had to experience them firsthand. But let's see, dealing with undead. He's finagling through all the books and magical shit on his shelves. Undead. So he pulls down a small chest, and as he's going through it, what about these? He turns it to you, and it's like in movies, you got that stereotypical thing where if there's something really, really important in a box, when you open it, there's this biblical light that shines out of it.
Oh, yes, I know that.
So that basically happens with this chest. As he pulls it open, you get that light, just illuminating whatever's inside. And as the light dissipates, you look in and you notice three. They almost look like throwing knives, but they're glowing.
Well, what do we have here?
Ah, these are specially enchanted daggers.
What makes
Or-
them special?
Okay, so what makes them so special, and what does this have to do with the undead, apparently?
Ah, well, you see, these were enchanted some time ago, about 5, 6 years, by a priest of Reus, the god of the sun. So what happens is, when these daggers hit something, not only do they deal their usual physical blade damage, but then they do radiant light damage as well.
How
Which-
strong are the enchantments?
That there's I don't know how that exactly that would translate into his sales pitch, but basically the base damage is your typical 1d4 that daggers get, and then you do an additional 1d4 of radiant on top of that, which against undead is doubled.
Hmm.
And you've got 3 of them, so you can, throw one or throw all 3 of them and then collect them after the match or whatever. Like, really, as long as you don't roll a nat 1 on your hit, you won't lose any.
How much for the set?
For the whole set, let's call it. Let's see, for the enchantment. How does 60 gold sound?
I guess I didn't want to have to use this, but would this from League help out by any chance?
Just like Big Lou, he raises his eyebrow. League. And same thing, he takes the letter of credit from your hand. He's inspecting it very closely.
Huh. I wasn't aware he was giving these out again.
Again?
Oh, every so often he's got a friend come to town, and whenever they want to do a little shopping, he starts giving these out. He's good on his payment, though.
How often does he do this?
Not very often. Occasionally, a couple associates come in from other islands. There's one associate of his, a woman, that comes down from up north occasionally to help him with problems. But, yes, this all appears to be in order.
Well then, thank you for doing business.
Ah, no, thank you. Would you like to keep the box?
Nah, I think I'll be able to hold on to it just fine.
Oh, very well, then. You have a pleasant evening, sir.
You too, good sir.
Again, bows, waves you out, goes back to the book he was reading before you came in. Okay, so you got one more location and a conversation if you want to indulge.
I think I'm just gonna head to the cliffside and relax there for a bit.
Okay.
Just like meditate a bit.
Okay, so that is, we still have the map up, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's basically over here, like on the southernmost part of the cove.
Yeah, I think we'll go there.
Okay. So it's like the sun is starting to hang sort of low in the sky now. It's getting closer to sunset, so the water has this really nice like orange gold sheen to it. And with the way the waves are crashing up against the cliffs, you find them very relaxing. But if you want to roll perception or something to take a better look around.
Yeah, I think I'll do just that as soon as I can freaking pull up my card again.
I don't know why you put it away.
Same reason you cut off your tail, because shut up.
20.
It's not,
I
it's
would
not-
definitely say that qualifies. As you're leaning back on the grass on top of this cliffside, you can't help but notice that your right index finger brushes up against something that's a little harder than the dirt and the grass that your hands are resting on.
Well, what do we have here? I basically just like fiddle around with it, trying to figure out what it is.
As you pick it up, it feels like a really, really smooth stone, like something that was in a river. But as you look around, the cliff is fairly elevated. You don't see any rivers on this island. And as you take a closer look at this thing, it really the best comparison I can draw is it kind of looks like the heart of Tafiti from Moana.
Okay.
It's just a glowing green rock. Like, you don't feel any significant arcane energy coming from it. I mean, outside of the fact that it's glowing, it doesn't really appear anomalous in any way.
I think I'll just pocket it for now and just continue relaxing there.
Okay, then you now have a mysterious green stone.
Put that in your inventory.
Yeah, I know.
Yay. I'm trying my best to be excited. But I'm, also
I'm
kinda
guessing that's just
tired.
like 1 unit.
But yeah, let's call it that. I mean, I don't know how much your average stone weighs. Probably like a small fraction of a pound.
I mean, yeah, but let's just say this for safe measure because we don't know much.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so with that, you can either make your conversation with somebody, or you can go to the tavern.
I think I'll say hi to our little friend who decided to introduce us to everything.
Oh, to wait, League or Martivir?
Martivir.
Okay. Then okay. So I'm gonna say with a little bit of effort, you managed to track her back down. She's basically hanging around the base of the fort. Like, she's not in the building anymore, but she's hanging around the base of the ramparts, just kind of poking around.
Hello there.
Ah, hello, Okazad.
You said you saw a group of who looked a lot like us earlier?
Oh, yes, it was. Well, I said earlier, but if I'm being honest, it was years ago.
Years? For you to like mistake us for the same group, I imagine that it must have been a bit sooner or something than that.
It was only a few years ago, but the group dynamic seems very similar. They had a Viashino who was a heavy-handed warrior as well, a silver dragonborn who was a sorcerer, a kitsune, although she, as I mentioned, she had 6 tails, but she was a roguish type wielding dual blades, and then there was the half-drow bard woman. Really, your group checked all the boxes.
Curious.
I thought the same thing, but speaking to you now, no, I definitely had the wrong group.
Perhaps. One thing I wanted to ask, you know the Draconic language somehow?
Oh, yes. You see, my mother was... How best to put this? She dealt with dragons regularly.
I don't get a good feeling from this.
No, I mean, it carries weight, what she's saying, because there aren't very many people in Loviena who have seen a dragon. But she goes on to tell you,
Oh no, it wasn't anything bad. She just tried to bridge the cultural gap between mortal humanoid races and dragonkind. Sort of clear up any cultural misunderstandings and basically just help both sides get to know the other better.
How well do you think she did?
She got along fairly well with the dragons.
What?
Oh, yes, apparently there are more metallic dragons up north, and she got on very well with them. So much so that they actually sort of welcomed her as one of their own. They called her Siltoma, which
you recognize as she's explaining it means half sight.
I think you're cutting in and out or something.
Can I be heard now?
Yes.
Okay. So she explains that the dragons sort of accepted her mother and gave her the draconic name Siltoma, which means half-sighted.
Interesting name she got there.
Oh, yes, well, you see, the poor dear, she was born blind in one eye. But yes, my mother was very, very engulfed in her draconic research. My name, you speak the language, I'm sure you know. My name is Draconic as well.
As she says that, it now clicks for you that Martivir means peace in Draconic.
For someone with that kind of name, I wouldn't have figured you for any type of fighter, maybe a priest or something.
Oh, I much prefer to not get my hands dirty if I can avoid it. Really, whatever knowledge I have of the arcane stems mostly from self-defense than from any desire to use it.
And I'm guessing that also has to relate to our undead problem for some reason.
Oh,
Well,
you mean
by,
me?
By coincidence.
Oh, gods no, I have nothing to do with the undead problem. I'm only here because Captain League sent for me.
From where?
I travel from here and there. Really, I'm just sort of a fixer, I guess you could say.
As if this world doesn't have enough of them.
Yes, but only a few are able to go to the lengths that I'm willing to fix problems. She
Therefore-
She points again to the sapphire that's fucking embedded in her forehead.
That's another thing I've been meaning to ask. Is it really worth going to such extremes? For
Well,
that?
Well, I tried manners similar to yours with the gauntlet, but they would get lost, or stolen, or destroyed, or they would just wear down over time. I found this to be just an easier, permanent solution.
Well, I pity if that thing ever ends up running out for whatever reason.
Oh, I don't think you have to worry about that.
I hope not.
Was there anything else on your mind?
I feel like I recognize Captain League from somewhere, but I just can't pinpoint it anywhere.
Well, where do you think you've seen him? I might be able to patch a few holes.
I mean, now that you're actively trying to remember, you could try for another history check to see if it clicks now.
Nope, doesn't.
Ah, if only you had rolled. Wait, no, you get advantage on history checks about pirates since you work for one.
Oh, so 20.
Yeah, so you get a nat 20. Now it automatically clicks. You remember exactly who League is.
Oh, wait a minute. He's one of the pirate lords, isn't he?
Yes, I guess he is, isn't he?
What an asshole.
Oh my god, how am I only just realizing this now?
She giggles about that.
Mother would kill me if she ever figured that out. Or learned of this.
She cocks her head to the side. Mother?
Oh, don't mind me, sorry.
You've definitely got her interest. Like that little, like in that old Telltale Games thing where it says in the top corner, like, so-and-so will remember this.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, Mardavir will definitely remember that. But yeah, she nods it off, like she sees you're not willing to discuss it, but then she elaborates a little bit, like,
Yes, Isaac and I met some years ago, and after a couple of exchanges of favors, we remain on speaking terms.
Yeah, definitely someone you want to be on good terms with.
Oh, absolutely. But believe it or not, he's actually one of the nicer pirate lords in the South Seas.
Oh, I'd believe it.
Oh, but then I can't point that finger too much. The four in the north are known to be pretty brutal.
Yeah, I guess I can't fault you for that.
was there anything else you wanted to ask her?
Well, it was a pleasure talking to you.
Likewise. I'm glad we had this talk.
That answers your question.
Yeah, I just pretty much head out and back to the tavern now.
Alright, awesome. So then, Jura, we finally come to you.
It's finally my turn.
Yes,
So
it
who's
is.
he gonna fight?
I mean, I prepared that if you want to.
Nah, we'll save that for later. I got no one I'm after right now, except those.
Alright.
Except
Yet.
I want to use my one conversation to talk to the butler.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, for
God,
God's
again.
sakes.
Now I have no one here to stop me.
Except the butler himself.
And maybe the captain, should he just happen to be nearby?
Okay, so you want to use your one conversation for the butler?
Butler.
Okay, so you make your way back up the ramparts on the fort. And you... Oh, fuck me. So you knock on the double doors again, and they swing open, and as he answers, his sort of demure smile gives way to a, oh Christ, it's you again, sort of expression.
You know why I'm here.
Please tell me this isn't about the God's damned shoes.
It's not just the shoes this time.
What is it?
Well, yes, I do want the shoes.
Is there a point you're working towards?
Well, I do want the shoes, but there's another point too.
Can we move past the shoes, please?
Well, not until I get the shoes.
This is hands down the most interesting game of back and forth I've seen in quite a while.
Alright. Well, alright. I'll forget about the shoes for now, okay?
Thank you.
I don't like your attitude, mister.
He's just standing there stroking his mustache.
I can tell you're not what you seem. You seem stronger than you appear to be. Is there something you're hiding, mister?
What you see is what you get, sir. Though, it would help if you know what you saw.
He places his hand over his chest and he bows very, very deep, very politely to you.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sebastian Ash. I answer the doors, I plan the events, I manage the wine cellar, and I deal with the problems that normal pirates are too terrified to touch.
Oh, you're a little more interesting now, I knew it. Like, what problems, per se?
Well, whatever problems the captain has. You see, he's a very busy, very influential man, and he can't possibly be expected to handle everything that happens here.
So what you're telling me is you do the dirty work that he can't get to.
Dirty work, clean work, basic household chores, you name it.
Now, should I be worried about you?
Oh no. No, I only do as I'm told, Master. Come to think of it, I don't think you've introduced yourself.
Oh. I'm a lizard man. I'm Jura.
Ah, Master Jura then. No, I don't believe you and I have anything to worry about. Just do avoid making another grab for my shoes, please.
What happens if I do grab for the shoes?
Then I will be forced to have to ungrab you from my shoes.
I roll to grab his shoes.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, so sleight of hand, give it to me.
That's a 21.
A 21 versus... That'll be his...
Dexterity.
purse. Oh, is it just a regular dexterity?
Well, I don't know. It's under dexterity. For me, so I don't know what you want to put it under.
Oh, I just assumed it was a perception.
Sleight of hands is for dexterity.
Okay, then yeah, dexterity save. Let's...
Not even close.
Nope. So you manage to... Basically, like, as he goes to take a step to clean something, you slip one of his shoes off.
Haha.
What the bloody hell are you doing?
I got the shoe.
Yes, I see that. Would you please give it back?
Oh, I thought you were gonna take it from me.
Master Jura, I pride myself on being a gentleman above all else, but trust me, my gloves have been known to come off occasionally, and when they do, someone is going to be the butler's bitch.
I just want to see how strong you are. Let's see. I'll give you the shoe back afterwards, win or lose.
He's now got both of his fists, like, one on top of the other behind his back in the Lord Beerus pose.
What are you playing at?
So you say you want to see how strong I am?
It would be nice. See if these shoes
Very
are
well.
worth the man they're on.
Alright, well, that's gonna be interesting. Roll initiative.
Haha. I win this roll.
Yeah, you do. So you get to go first. I was actually not expecting any,
You're not expecting a brawl?
Alright. So how do you want to go about this?
I'll let the butler set the rules, see what he feels is fair. Because I don't want to kill the butler.
Yes, I feel it would be a shame to kill you as well. You are offering your services to my boss, after all.
This is just a test of strength, after all, lad.
Hmm. Very well. If we're going for strength, then no weapons, and on my part, certainly no magic.
Ooh, magic. I see. Let's see if you have the strength to justify using magic.
So you're familiar with how unarmed strikes work, right?
Very.
Okay. Then yeah, you got first roll.
Hold on, I gotta find. Where's my? Let's see. I forget which one is for me. I think it's dexterity for an unarmed. It's dexterity or strength. I can't remember which.
It's strength for an unarmed strike,
All right,
which I believe is good because that's your higher stat anyway.
it is. And I got an 18. As long as that beats,
Okay.
beats his armor class.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, an 18 will hit.
All right, and then it's just a 1d4.
Well, it's a 1d4 plus all of your stuff. Realistically, somebody who gets into fights as often as you do should have an unarmed strike in your attacks and spellcasting already.
I probably should. Unarmed strength. I am proficient. It gets +3 because I'm +3 in that.
2.
2.
Plus 2. You're at level 2, so it's a +2 proficiency bonus.
Okay. Damage is 1d4.
It's a shame Roll20 doesn't have the Jeopardy theme on here.
Hold on, I'm just putting it in. Why is it saying 1d5?
Do do
plus
do
five.
do 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 do. Do 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 do
Oh, I see.
do do do.
So how's everybody's day?
There, you,
Do 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 do
there
do.
you go.
Okay.
Did I roll the first
So
time?
if-
'Cause I might have hit twice. I did hit twice.
Okay, so either way, it still hits, so go ahead and click that.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so click where it says unarmed +5. That'll deal your actual damage.
5.
Okay, so 5, he takes 5 hit points, not bad. And he's gonna follow that up with an unarmed strike of his own. Does a 13 hit you?
It does not. I have an armor class of 16.
Ah, alright, then he whiffs right past you.
You sure you wanted to keep doing this, Butler?
Well, you did want to see how strong I am.
You need to hit me first.
Yes, and unfortunately hand-to-hand combat is not my forte.
Well, then I'll let you use magic if you get the next chance to.
Are you sure you want to do that?
As long as you don't kill me.
I'll do my best to maim, Master Jura.
It's another strength hit.
Just click the goddamn unarmed attack.
Oh yeah, I forgot I can do that. Well, that didn't work out too well that time.
Yeah, that one's gonna whiff him. So for this one... Nope, 11 doesn't hit.
Oof. He's coming at me with a magic missile.
Well, that's a waste of a magic missile.
Well, look at this. Neither of us can hit each other.
So it seems.
It's a 14.
Unarmed, that'll hit.
It's another 5.
5, so you bring him down again. Oh, shit. Alright.
Tell me when you had enough.
He's panting a little bit. Don't write me off just yet.
You saw me beat your captain.
That was an arm wrestle, Master Jura. You've shown that you've clearly got the edge in physical might. But when it comes to the arcane... I believe I've got you slightly beat.
Oh shit. Well.
And as he claps his hands together, just this thunderous echo, like this explosive sound, just pervades through the room.
That drops my health to 0.
Then he basically just knocked you the fuck out with a thunder wave.
Well, I'm done.
Well, you're just unconscious.
I need a healing.
He goes back to stroking his beard, or his mustache, and as usual, it now falls to me to clean up the mess.
I need a recovery.
He's working on that. He's basically just finishing his tidying up of the door and shit before he comes and deals with you. And as he comes back, he's looking over you. He casts prestidigitation on your clothes to basically clean you up. And then he takes out a scroll of cure wounds. And that'll heal you for. You're about to get it all back anyway. Let's just say 6 to get you back up and on your feet.
Alright, so when it comes to magic, you got me beat in power.
Yes, but when it comes to physical might, I'm afraid I stand no chance, sir.
Fair enough. But you win this bout.
Good. Now can you please give me back my fucking shoe?
As I told you, I'd give you back the shoe regardless of result.
Thank you. He puts it back on.
Keep the shoes clean. I got some places to go.
Yes, please do.
You did have fun, old man.
Oh, I had a blast.
I'll see you soon. Alright, now I'm gonna head over to the armory.
He sees you out. Okay, so that's the Springstead Armory, if memory serves.
I'm making all kinds of friends.
Yeah, I'm actually a little surprised.
See, brute force is the way.
Okay, so you're now in this armor shop. It looks vaguely reminiscent of the one from MH World, where you've got that big ass furnace in the back of the shop, a small hand crank conveyor that you can bring stuff out on. There's an anvil off to the side, and various other tools. There's hammers and tongs all over the wall, and there's a couple of swords and suits of armor on various display cases all over the place.
Oh, ignore that. I'm trying to fix something.
What the hell are you doing?
I just realized that I'm not proficient in fists, so I actually did less damage than I should have. I'm not proficient in non-armor strikes, so I actually should have did like 6 damage total to him.
Not that it would have won.
No, not that it would have won, but yeah, for future reference.
I mean, with the damage you did, you brought him down to 6 HP, so that was still pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, realistically, he should have been down to like, I don't know.
Well, let's
9.
assume you add 2 to each of your strikes, you would have brought him down to 2.
Yeah. Anyway.
So,
Oh, no,
so
it would've-
slightly closer to unconsciousness,
Oh no,
but not quite there.
No, it would have been 2 less.
Oh,
Yeah, because
well then he would have had 10.
yeah, so I'm not proficient in unarmed strikes. Anyway. Shopkeep.
You see this guy, I actually hadn't planned for this guy. Let's say a half orc comes out. He's decked out in an apron. He's got safety goggles resting on his forehead, and he's got a couple of hammers hanging in the straps on his apron.
Ah, yes, sir.
I come to browse your wares.
Ah, well, please, be my guest.
Do you have anything stronger than a lance or this great axe I carry?
Stronger than a lance or a great axe. Well, I've always been partial to hammers myself.
Not quite my style, but I'll take a look.
He goes to the back, back towards where the forge is, and he reaches towards a display case right next to it, and he pulls up this 2-handed warhammer, and he sets it on the counter next to you.
Not bad. Let me test it out real quick, if you do mind.
Oh, not at all. Please, follow me.
He escorts you out to a sort of courtyard where he's got a bunch of practice dummies set up.
Alright, so let's give it a whirl, shall we?
By all means.
And I'll use it as, I guess I have to make a thing for it, don't I?
But just swing it. I'm going to tell you what it does.
Alright, well, I'll use my strength to swing it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a strength-based weapon. Okay, yeah, on a 21, you definitely hit the target. And what happens? It's got the D12 damage that a lance or a great axe would have, but as you hit, there's a split second where it almost looks like it's taking the practice dummy a second to realize that, physics and momentum are a thing. But once that half second is over, there's a small kind of like shockwave of dust that you blow off it, and the thing gets blown back like it just got hit with a Rasengan.
Oh man, what did you do to this thing?
basically, in addition to the 1d12, it does an additional 1d4 of force damage.
Ugh. Damn it! I keep.
What
doing
is that?
Ignore that. I messed up. Shopkeep. Damn. You make a good hammer.
Thank you.
I think I'll take this.
All right. For a little dandy like that, I would say... What's 70 gold?
Yeah, you're ripping me off here, but it's okay. I got this letter from the captain.
From League?
Yes.
He takes it just like all the other shopkeeps. He looks at front and back very closely.
Very well. I'm not gonna argue with the captain.
Man, I
She's all...
beat him in a wrestling arm wrestle match.
Did you know?
Yeah.
You're lucky he didn't pull one of those guns on you.
Well, that'd be cheating now, wouldn't it?
Look around you, lad.
I'm looking. What am I seeing?
You're in a town filled with fucking pirates.
Yeah. That would be a good reason.
Well, regardless, the hammer's yours. I'll send old Captain League the bill.
Fair enough. Thank you, shopkeep. Alright.
He waves as you leave and he goes back to work.
Well, I'll take this. I'm gonna head to the reef now.
Oh, you're gonna swim out there?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over there.
All right. So I think as a lizard person, you're able to hold your breath for a little longer than a normal person, right?
We could say that if you want. Yeah, sure.
Oh, no. I'm thinking actual lizard folk, not Fiashino.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you can safely open your eyes underwater and swim around this place. So what you notice, have you ever seen Hanauma Bay in Hawaii?
No.
Basically, there's a section very close in here where there's only about 3 feet of space between the top of the reef and the surface of the water. Like, the water itself is about 20 feet deep, but about 17 of those feet are all coral reef. And that goes on, it almost looks like a platform going out for about 50 yards.
Alright, well then I guess I'll get onto this platform.
Okay, then I'm gonna need you to roll me a Constitution save because you are stepping on coral,
Fair enough.
and I actually have a scar on my right hand to prove that that's not a good fucking idea.
16.
Okay, I'm gonna say using your claws and a very, very ginger step on each limb, you manage to navigate no problem.
I'm the dumbass that climbs on coral.
Give it time. The people in this city might actually know you for that.
I'll use a perception check to see if there's anything around me that is noticeable.
All right, let's see what you got.
16.
You notice a lot of, like, obviously a lot of tropical fish. The coral here is very bright and vibrant. Like, it's very clearly, healthy coral. This is a flourishing reef. And you see, as, like, on the side closer to where the docks are, you see a couple glints of silver in the coral.
Real quick, can you on the map? Can you point out where the reef is?
Oh, the reef would be in here.
Okay.
So right off that western, the western part of the cove.
Am I able to see Okazad on the cliff from where I am?
Probably not. Okazad is on the east side over here.
But I wanted to wave to him.
I mean, you could try to wave. That would be a, shit, what would that be?
I'll do charisma.
You know what? Sure, why not?
He does not see me.
Part
Okazad,
of me
you...
was thinking you would have gone with performance.
That
It's
a
yeah,
safe
that goes
thing.
off of charisma anyway. I mean, you want to roll a perception to see if you can see him? Because this would line up about the same time that you were at the cliff.
No, I'm pretty sure I would be seeing Martivir at this point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you did your conversation last. So yeah, he's not even on the cliff. You're waving to I guess a rock that looks like a silver dragonborn.
Anyways, so I see the silver. I guess I'll go over to try to get what it is.
Okay, as you look, I'm gonna give you this one since you're getting a little closer to where the docks are. As you're looking down, you notice there are a bunch of silver coins.
Oh, look at that. Let's just start collecting these. These are mine now. Do you want me
So you take the silver coins?
Yes.
Hmm.
Hmm?
Okay. I need to roll something for this.
Oh no. What'd I do this time?
And I need to stop playing that.
Uh-oh.
What do I keep causing
Fucked
these
up.
things to happen?
I don't know. You're the one who always wants to fight everything.
I
Do
was-
any of you remember what those silver coins were for?
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god, an 18!
Sucks
Uh-oh.
for you.
No shit, I'll put him back, I'll put him back, I'm sorry.
You get pulled under. You get pulled the fuck under. There's a random just... It almost feels like the water just displaces, and you get dragged basically to the bottom of this 20-foot harbor.
Ah, I'm sorry, I forgot, I'll put him back. I'll put him back. I guess I'm...
As you do, it's like it's still pushing down on you a little bit, but roll me an athletics check, see if you can get to the surface.
It's a good thing that's something I'm good at.
Gonna have to...
Uh,
I mean, you're barely fighting the current. It's still pushing you down a little bit.
I don't know what to do in this situation. Ah, survival. That's not gonna help me.
Well, what do you have on you? Let's see. Because you basically just stole from the goddess of the ocean.
I'll give her the 5 gold that Okazan gave me earlier.
Okay, so
I'll give her the 5
roll
gold.
a... Just for the fuck of it, roll me a religion check as you do that.
Shit, I'm very bad at religion. That's not the worst roll I could have gotten.
No, you know what? I'll go with a 13. The current eases up and it lets you rise back up to the surface.
I'll swim back to shore and I hate the water.
Nobody told you to take the goddamn tribute.
I didn't know what it was.
Those silver coins, or I guess in Grodesker's case, the lack thereof, are the reason you're on this island in the first place.
I didn't realize they were the same coins. How was I supposed to know?
Oh, that was.
I just imagine him just trying to fight like Psychonauts, if you've ever seen that.
I'm going.
Yeah.
The water just keeps trying to grab at him.
I'm going to the
Oh,
damn
that
tavern.
that was entertainment.
I'm going to the tavern. I'm done.
Okay, and for the sake of this, I'm going to say that that Charia went and did her shopping. I'm gonna get with MJ later, and I'll hit in the recap of the next episode what all she got. So, as the sun sets, oh, what's up?
I was gonna say I'd like to go into the bar last, soaking wet.
Yeah, I wanted to question him about that.
Okay, so hold on. As the sun sets, you guys converge on the Rolling Hitch Inn and Tavern. This is where League called ahead and reserved rooms for you. The entire building looks like the upturned bow of a galleon. And what was once the bowsprit, you know, that part that juts out in the front, is now standing straight up and is being used as a flagpole. And you notice they have League's pirate flag on it. There's a long balcony that overlooks the street that you guys are on from the second story, and it's separated into 4 sections by wooden dividers. And it's held up decoratively by carved wooden posts. It almost looks like something you'd see in the French Quarter of New Orleans. Each section has a door and 2 windows, which you assume are rooms on the second story. And the sides of the building have windows all around, implying that the entire second floor is nothing but living space. Ship's rigging is tied from the flagpole to the ground past the sides of the balcony, but it's kind of just there for show, since this thing's not going to get much use on land. And as you walk toward the entrance, you notice 4 large dolly-mounted cannons aimed in a fan away from the front wall, basically towards you guys. The double doors to get in and out are made of wooden panels spaced about an inch apart, so it's possible to see the inside by peering through.
All right.
Well, doesn't this look hospitable?
Oh, I hope it's dry inside.
What the hell happened to you?
I went for a swim. I made a mistake. I forgot that the silvers are tributes.
My God, Jara!
I didn't remember.
I just roll my eyes again.
I just
It's not like we're on this island to begin with because of that stupid incident.
I went to the reef and I was like, this is pretty, and then I saw silver. I tried to wave to you, but you weren't there. and then the ocean tried to kill me.
I'm both parts happy and disappointed that you did that because there was something else there for you to find.
Well, after I got drowned, I didn't want to be there any longer.
Yeah, I know. And after you fucked with the silver, you kind of fucked your chance to get anything else.
After all that, Lady Rashi has right to be pissed.
So, if any of you guys have a towel,
No.
Nope.
well, that's just disappointing, isn't it?
The sorcerer who knows prestidigitation basically just told you to go fuck yourself.
I don't know that.
Do you not? I thought you did.
MJ does.
No, I don't.
Oh, that's right. It was Charia that knows it.
Charia knows that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and Ash already gave it to you once. He's not
Oh,
gonna.
wait, man. Actually, I do have something for him, though.
On the
I was-
I
Oh,
can
dude.
ice shape water.
on the
Oh.
bright. What are you doing to me?
Basically, just pulling all that water off.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, pretty much just do that, if that's fine. Just
Yeah.
fiddle with it and just, like, harden it into, like, ice.
Yeah, that's cool. And have it just kind of shake off.
I appreciate that. It was very wet for a long time. I navigated coral without getting cuts and scars. I got a
Unfortunately, I don't have anything for that.
well, it's alright. I think nothing happened with that, but I got this hammer. That's cool.
I suppose we might as well all be sharing what we've gathered at this point.
If you feel like it, I just wanted to tell you my misadventures. Oh yeah, I fought the butler, by the way. That didn't go well.
Oh my god! Please tell me you didn't bring up the stupid shoes again.
I may or may not have. I did get the shoe. I got one of them at one point.
Congratulations.
I gave it back.
Fucking idiot.
I gave it back.
So I'm walking away from this conversation and going to get something to eat, because
You would.
this load of crap I don't care about.
You would have
You're,
tail.
you're basically listening to how Sebastian magically slapped his shit.
Pretty much, yeah.
You would walk away half tail.
Bitch, I will cut yours off as soon as it grows back.
We got.
Just like-
Yeah, I was
stuff
about to
from
say,
now
like,
on.
you're one to talk, no tail.
Yeah, I still got another day until that grows back.
Yeah, we'll just call him Stubbs from now on.
Please.
I
I
mean,
would
we can
love
just
nothing
cut
more
it
than
off.
that.
We can always just keep cutting it off and use it as a weapon, so why not?
As a whip, you mean?
No, his tail has a blade at the end. You can actually
Yeah.
cut that off and use it as a sword if you wanted.
It'd have to be a very stiff tail.
At the end of it is as I understand, the first maybe 80% of a Viashino's tail is pretty flexible, and then the last 20% hardens into a rigid blade.
So more like
Yep,
a
so
dagger.
he's basically gonna be a stub for the rest of this thing if he keeps calling me Halftail.
At least my tail regrows. Anyway, I guess we should eat something. I'm nearly drowned. I'm
Okay, so you
hungry.
guys all head inside.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
I got struck by thunder. It's not impossible.
it's your own damn fault.
Listen, I just wanted the shoes, woman.
Then go buy some
But I
Did
wanted-
you even...
for free.
Speaking of which, you said you got one of the shoes. What happened to that?
Oh, I told him that regardless of results, I'd give him the shoe back. And
so after all that trouble, you didn't even keep it.
no,
Of course, he just wanted a fight.
listen, I was winning at first until I told him it was okay to use magic, and then he nearly killed me.
Dumbass.
Well, listen,
In spades.
one of us needs to. We need to know the strengths of these people. All right.
Yeah, let's know the strengths of our allies so we can just backstab them. That's how it goes, isn't it?
I wasn't gonna backstab him. I just wanted to show that I was stronger, and physically, yes, I am stronger than him. But he used the cheap magic.
Cheap, he says.
Magic's for wimps.
Ugh, such ego.
Magic is strength of the mind.
Mind. It's all about the muscle.
Anyway, as much as I would love to continue busting a gut listening to this, the inside of the building is set up very similar to an old saloon, in case the music wasn't enough of an indicator.
No, it wasn't.
The sound of this music can be heard coming from a piano on the far side of the room. There's a woman playing it, but she's kind of shaded. You can't see her clearly at the moment. The panel double doors swing forward as you enter and swing gently closed again after you pass through, so stereotypical saloon doors. Immediately inside, you're surrounded by round dining tables and chairs. There's a large gold chandelier hanging from the ceiling, and the candlesticks adorning it look like they're tipped with magic light as opposed to actual fire, so it gives a whole place that sort of comfortable log cabin-like dimness. And directly across from you near the back wall is a bar, and at the end of that, where the bartender would go to, would go around to work the counter itself gives way to a craps table. Behind the bar to the right is a staircase leading up to the rooms, and to the far left of the bar is a long hallway with several more rooms on the first floor. And just before the mouth of that hallway is a cobblestone fireplace. The walls are littered with paintings and etched drawings. You notice one large painting above the fireplace depicts Captain League with Hermes on his shoulder, and there's about 20 other people arrayed around him, which you assume to be members of his crew. And as you guys enter, you're bid welcome by a tiny, bald, brown-eyed halfling behind the bar. He looks like he's about the same age as League, maybe a little older. He's rocking the Willis. He's got no hair at all, but he's got a full black beard that hangs down in a braid down to the base of his neck. He's not winning any beauty pageants anytime soon, but he presents and carries himself extremely well. He's wearing a nice-looking pinstripe maroon suit, clean and pressed, similar to Sebastian. You can slice meat with the creases of his pant legs. He's got a gold and ruby ring on his left ring finger, and he raises his hand to inhale from a very ornate-looking gold tobacco pipe. And as you get closer to the bar, you notice that whatever he's smoking from this thing is making the air around him smell like cinnamon and smoked applewood.
Ooh.
You also notice that he is one of the people who appears in the painting with League.
Interesting.
I go up to him.
Oh, welcome!
Can I do a perception check on his shoes?
For fuck's sake.
You know what? Yes,
14 on
make my day.
Perception on shoes, 14.
He's wearing similar dress shoes to Sebastian, and they are shined, but not nearly as bright.
Your shoes aren't as shiny as the guy that kicked my ass earlier.
Yeah. Wait, who exactly?
The butler guy tried to take his shiny shoes.
Oh, you mean Ash. Yeah, there aren't a lot of people who wear dress shoes on this island.
Alright, I didn't know Krillin was here.
Thank you for getting that. That's exactly what I was going with for this guy.
I'm pretty sure even I got that. I'm a dunce.
Yeah, I fought that guy earlier. And I was winning the physical fight, and then I let him use magic, and that was a mistake.
Oh, yeah, you fucked up.
Yeah, it kinda hurt. It almost killed me. In fact, I'm pretty sure I did die.
Well, I'm sure that was a good fight. Actually, kind of sad I wasn't there to see it.
Yeah.
At this
Oh,
point, I wish I was there to see it as well.
My name's Soto. I own this place.
Oh. Oh, you're the guy in the picture with the guy that I beat in an arm wrestling match. Mr. Man.
Oh. Wait, you beat Captain League in an arm wrestle?
Yeah, it did. It was pretty cool.
Huh. Figures.
He
He never
probably
was
let
any
you
good at-
win.
He never was any good at those. God's help you if he ever got his hand on his gun, though.
Yeah, I asked him, but he said no.
Good reason.
What's the
He wouldn't
reason?
even let. I've been working with the guy for years. He wouldn't even let me touch the damn things.
It's kind of a stickler for those. What's this tie to those? Why are they so important? to him?
Well, for starters, they're the only two of their kind in all of Loviena.
Oh. Anyway, yeah, we were told, I don't care about the other two, but I was told I could stay the night here for free.
Yeah, League has already called ahead for all four of you. We've got your rooms ready, but if you want to take a seat for, food and drink, by all means, just sit anywhere and give a holler when you're ready to order.
All
I
right.
need a drink.
Yeah, I'll take a drink too.
Okay, so you all take your seats.
Yep.
You notice that the tavern's menu is intricately carved several times into the tables in front of you, like once for each pair positioned around them, so it's actually etched into the wood. And the selection appears to be your usual assortment of bar food, drinks and everything, along with a couple things you'd see on a diner menu. Then finally marked with an asterisk at the bottom are the words, "Special orders available upon request."
Well, someone's got to order the special order.
Not it.
Well, I guess I'll do it. I'll be the brave one. Do you guys know what you're gonna get?
I'm indecisive right now. I'll just have some water for now.
It's basically a free-for-all. You can order what you want, but whenever you're ready, you can holler out, raise your hand, whatever.
I'm making sure that I'm raising my hand. You guys are taking too long.
Within a couple seconds of you raising your hand, there's a woman standing by your side. You notice she looks eerily familiar, and as you look back, the piano is now playing itself.
What the fuck? How'd you do that?
Magic. Don't question it.
No, actually, technology, she says. But to Jura, she's speaking to you in Draconic.
Oh. Huh. Well, me and Okazaki can understand it. Well, what,
Yes, yes.
so what do you mean technology?
She means a machine inside the piano is playing it by itself.
Alright, well, I wasn't asking you. Now, was I?
It was a special order from Captain League. Some guy in the fire swamp made it for him.
Damn it, this guy again. I gotta find that guy at some point.
I
Yeah,
just raised my eyebrows at that.
Apparently, you put a bunch of dimples in a cylinder and you put it on a machine that runs it through the piano and it plays automatically. Go figure.
Science.
Hmm.
So you weren't actually playing there, you're just sitting there.
Oh, I was. I turned it on when I got up.
Huh. I'm actually kind of impressed by that.
And now that she's standing in the light, you see, you recognize her from the painting as well, but more importantly, you notice that she is just absolutely stunning. She's got a sharply featured face, smooth skin, completely free of blemish. She's got shoulder-length blonde hair parted a little bit over her left ear and held in place by a silver, intricately carved, fish-looking hair clip. And from what you see of how she has her hair parted, she's wearing ball-shaped earrings that are silver on the top and spherical sapphire underneath. She's got pale skin, but in a way that suggests she simply just doesn't get out in the sun much. She wears it well, especially since it accentuates her eyes, which are the same kind of piercing icy blue as Mardevir's, except just dolled up with a little bit of liner and just the slightest touch of shadow. She has a slender, tall figure, not so voluptuous that she looks like an hourglass, but not so slender as to not have any curves. She's wearing a flowing royal blue sleeveless dress that hangs off of her left shoulder and falls asymmetrically from her left thigh to her right shin. It's adorned with fish patterns of a lighter shade of blue, making them stand out. And she has a sash around her waist that's close to the same shade of pale gold as her hair, and the tails of it sort of flare out in two directions like fish tails. Her shoes are black, not shined, and appear to be just extremely dressy slippers. Like, not so casual that they appear obvious, but not so fancy that she can't stand for hours at a time without her feet hurting. And finally, she has a silver fish anklet around her left ankle and a sapphire ring on her left finger.
Let me guess, she's the Krillin wannabe's wife.
Someone rolled a persuasion or a perception without rolling a perception.
Well, fine then.
Oh, I'm
Should I roll that?
no. I mean, you've already hit the
Okay.
nail on the head. But yeah, she's basically the 18 to the barkeeper's Krillin.
Lady, why are you here? What's your reason for being here?
If I were to make a guess myself, I'd say the captain pretty much owns this place and everyone's here as a friend of his. Heck, I'm surprised the captain would even live here if
Yeah,
he
but
is.
she's taking our orders. But she's
Oh.
also in that painting over there. That's why I'm
Oh.
asking her.
Yeah, Soto and I are both members of League's crew. Soto owns the place, and I help him manage it. I'm also the sort of peacekeeper around here.
How so?
Let me put it this way. You make trouble in this bar, I smack you. You make trouble for my husband, I smack your shit so hard when you wake back up, your armor is going to be out of style.
Meh. Your shoes aren't that shiny, I'm not interested.
Will you stop it with the shoes?
Listen, I got...
She just raises an eyebrow. She has no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, you can talk to your husband about that. I already talked to him earlier.
Well, regardless, my name's Reese. What can I get for you?
I want the special. Please.
All right. So she takes down rum. You're getting the special order.
Yes.
All right. Oh, Kazad, you said you only wanted water.
I think I'll have some salmon with that.
All right. And if you guys want to roll a perception check real quick,
4.
just in general, just if you're interested in
Already
Reese.
fine.
Oh.
Oh shit.
That was getting up close and personal.
Oh, will you stop it with that?
He's getting too close.
No, you just happen to. I take it Jura's not that interested.
No, he doesn't care.
Okay, so as you, yeah, so you get the. She looks like she has something scribbled on the inside of her right wrist, but like as you look closer, she's got 4 characters on the inside in black ink, and as you look closer, you see that they're not scribbles. She has the characters K018 crudely tattooed on the inside of her right wrist, and they appear to have faded over the course of several years. And since you rolled high enough on that, Deadlock, I'm gonna need you to roll me a history check as well.
She was a criminal.
I suck.
Oh, man. Okay, yeah, no, that's not gonna get you anything. All you know is she's just got basically a serial number tattooed on her wrist.
K017 or 8 or what is?
K018.
Yeah, I think I'll ask like any of these guys if they know what that means.
Yeah, I mean,
As soon as she walks off, that is.
yeah, she goes to put your orders in.
She didn't ask the kitsune, the half-tail, what she wants.
Yeah, she did. She ordered rum.
Oh,
I want rum.
I didn't hear it.
So you guys have. Yeah, go ahead.
Either of you know what K018 is?
I don't even know how many numbers that is.
Roll history.
Can I roll a history on that?
Yeah, you roll history and you get it with advantage because age.
Well, clearly.
Zach doesn't know shit.
Yep, I ain't got nothing on this.
Survey says, oh. Okay, so you recognize, Thalia, you recognize this as a mark that human traffickers in the South Sea tattoo onto slaves that they sell. So she was either rescued from the slave trade or escaped on her own. What's more, you know that it's a specific identification number. The K indicates that the fleet of the slavers that captured her had at least 11 ships in it, and the 018 indicates that she was the 18th documented piece of human cargo aboard her ship.
Okay.
So basically, Reese is an escaped slave, or a liberated slave, rather.
Probably a liberated slave if she's with League. He seems like somebody who would liberate slaves.
I just think you might be a bit. Honestly, at this point, I think you might just be distracted by how much you're infatuated with them.
I really wish I could just keep him. Yeah. He's
No
quite wonderful
comment.
for a human.
Well,
Quite wonderful for a human.
after about a minute, Reese comes back out with everything. She's balancing it very well in both of her hands. She sets down the water in front of you, Okazat. It's a really nice looking wooden tray. It's got a full glass and the pitcher with ice in it in case you would like refills.
Oh, absolutely.
Thalia, she sets yours down. You basically have the short alcohol cups. She gives you that. It's already got rum in it, and she gives you basically the entire bottle to go with it.
Ah, she knows me. Thank you.
And Jura, she basically comes to you with the entire Monster Hunter spread. Like there's a roast pig there. There's a couple of there's a sliced brisket on the side of this thing. There's a Cornish game hen on one side. There's a couple of greens, some other vegetables, a couple of potatoes.
Oh, I made a right choice here.
I seriously hope you don't throw up from just the sheer volume of it.
I don't.
I hope you choke on it.
Well, if you ate enough, maybe your tail will grow back.
Special
Smack
orders
the shit
available
out of
upon
it.
request.
No, thanks. I don't think I can eat nearly half of that even.
No.
Think a little broader. Special orders available upon request.
Oh, snap! Well, I don't know what I'd order, though.
Yes, you do.
I do?
Can I get a shoe? Specifically from a butler?
Can I
Do you-
get somebody just to smack him?
That
Please,
is what
I
I was
second
hoping
that.
you would ask.
Oh, please.
That is
I
Please,
second
somebody
that
come and
vote.
smack him.
Oh, this is exactly what I gave her this particular thing for. So, Jura, does a 28 hit you?
Oh shit!
Bitch slap. Yes, I love it. Humiliation.
You take a
Keep in mind, I didn't fully heal before, so I'm back to zero. I'm not like.
yeah. She just knocked you right the fuck back out. Your face is buried in your dinner.
Come on, man. I'm just trying to eat my food this time.
While he's laying unconscious in his food, I grab some of it off the plate.
Oh, now you bitches are
I
stealing my
just tossed
food.
her a gold coin as thanks.
She catches it.
Could you guys heal me? Kind of.
I don't know healing magic, sir.
Yeah, well, we'll just have somebody drag you off to bed.
I didn't even get to eat.
Soto sees this happen. Oh God, Reese, what the fuck did you do?
I didn't even get to eat.
Fulfilled a request from 2 people here.
She gives him the most just misleading, demure smile and says, "The customer's always right, dear."
Damn right.
And he knows that look. He just shies right back behind the bar and goes, "Oh, all right."
It's like better him than me.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have some food, please? I didn't get to eat anything.
You're in
No, you're
dreamland right now.
unconscious.
Yeah. There's no food in dreamland. I am so glad I gave her that bitch slap. I think that was the best thing I could have done for her.
I wish I realized sooner than I could have used it.
Yeah, well now your face is in your dinner and you're out cold.
I didn't get to eat anything. I'm still hungry.
I choose to believe her right now as you're snoring, you're making the pig vibrate. Anywho.
Yeah,
Dear God, this guy's a loud one.
I'm getting bullied. I just in my
So
dreams.
did you guys have any other orders, questions for Soto or Reese?
Request a
No, I'm
healing.
eating the food off of Jura's plate.
Request
so.
a healing.
You know what,
I'm
fuck it, I'm
enjoying my
still.
rum.
You know what, fuck it, I'm stealing stuff from his too. Best not that it goes to waste.
Yep.
Y'all are some bitches.
We sit there and
Come
have
over
a
the guy
quiet
who got
dinner.
bitch slapped.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, but I wasn't
We finally sit
expecting
there
it.
and have a quiet dinner.
I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't doing anything this time. I asked for a shoe.
That was the very reason that I put special orders available upon request on those menus.
I'm getting bullied. Jura's not hurting nobody. He just wanted some shoes.
Yeah, sure he is. It's not like he has
Uh-huh.
a brawl with the butler.
Yeah, but you guys don't know that. Oh
You
no,
gotta
wait, you do.
arm
I
wrestle
told you.
You
because you
told
went
us.
over
Oh
with
yeah, I did
us.
tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
but I
told him you
didn't-
arm wrestled a fucking pirate lord. You got your shit smacked by the butler, and now you got your shit literally smacked by the bartender's wife.
To be fair, I was beating the butler until he used magic.
Yeah, well, you didn't stand a fucking chance against Reese.
I wasn't even like ready for that one. These,
That's why it's a bitch slap. You're never ready for it. It's like the Spanish Inquisition. You never expect it.
now I don't even get to eat, so I'm gonna have to like waste food. I'm gonna waste-
Oh, it's not going to waste. Thalia and Okazad are devouring it.
yeah, but now I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to
we're
use.
enjoying a quiet dinner.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Have
You
to
know what? You know what? Fuck it. Charia comes over and eats with you guys too.
I assume she's there the whole time anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it actually completely slipped my mind, but everybody's here. Ayame's here, Nakit's here, and Mel is here as well.
This ain't cool, man.
Like they're basically all helping themselves to your food right now. Everybody's having a nice big Thanksgiving fucking dinner, and you're passed out.
I'd like to
And
imagine
we're
it.
enjoying the peace and quiet.
I'd like to imagine that most of the food got wrecked with me falling in it.
I mean, maybe just the one part of the pig, but you know, people are capable of picking around the lizard.
Man, what is you
I
guys?
mean,
what is you
I
guys'
mean,
problem with me?
Nakit doesn't give a shit. He's just taking chunks out of it.
I didn't do anything wrong.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen a Komodo dragon eat, but it is quite a sight. Okay, so you finish your meal. We'll go over the effects of that later because I do want to give you guys something from the food.
Well, apparently I don't get any.
Nope.
Nope.
You get to be well rested.
I have to eat. I have to use one of my rations to eat something now in the morning when I wake up. Actually,
Well, you still
I need to heal because I have 0 health now.
actually you still have one more letter of credit. You can hit the steakhouse on your way out of town.
Yeah, but I was wanting to save that.
Okay, so you all finish your food and drink. Anything else you want to do? Ask Soto or Reese before you go upstairs.
Well, it's up to you guys. I'll knock the fuck out.
All right.
I'm just
All
gonna
right.
sit
Who's
there and
dragging
drink
his
for a
sorry
while.
ass up to bed? Not it.
Not it.
After looking around a couple times, Nakit goes,
Oh, fine. I'll bring him up.
I have no
and he looks over to the bar.
Soto, which rooms did you say were ours?
Oh, those would be right up the stairs. You hang a right, and the 7 rooms 3 doors down. Those are yours. So 103 through 110.
Thank you.
And he slings Jura over his shoulder and he starts up the stairs.
When will that lad ever learn?
I
Never.
didn't do anything.
You're knocked out. Shut up.
Yeah. No speaking for you.
Ah,
11 points of humiliation damage. Like, Mel is still chuckling to herself about that. That was the most entertaining thing she's seen since y'all got here.
What's Ayami doing?
Oh, she's picking at the food. She understands that she doesn't want to anger Reese, so to speak. So she's not gonna tell her that what she did was wrong.
Speaking of which, I want to give the fawn lady one of the daggers I procured.
Oh,
Figures-
one of the radiant daggers.
Yeah, I saw her doing well earlier in that skeleton fight. I figured she could use some.
So as you slide it over to her, she picks it up. And what is this?
Radiant daggers. Figured we'll be going up against some undead, and you knowing how to throw a dagger well, figured why not.
Oh yeah, these will explode them real nice.
Here, have a second one while we're at it then. I got 3.
Well, somebody wants to be friends.
You're the best one we have with these things. You want to prove me wrong?
No, I feel like I'd only prove you right. But I do appreciate it. Thank you very much.
She twirls them on her fingers and hides them in her cloak. Okay. So was that all you guys wanted to do?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit there and drink. And
Okay.
hopefully not start a bar fight.
Yeah, I wonder who would have.
Okay, so after you're done with your food and drink, you go up to your respective rooms, and you get a whatever food bonus I give you guys is gonna last for 24 hours. So I'll calc that later. But you get a good night's rest. Jura, I'm gonna say you got an extra good night's rest since you got a bit of a head start.
Yeah, thanks.
So the party, you all wake up the next morning to find one of League's men downstairs waiting for you. And Jura, you actually recognize this guy. He is the goblin that you spoke to aboard the Glen before it went down.
Oh, hey, it's the guy.
Oh, hey, so you're the ones that League was talking about.
Yeah, Mr. Man.
Oh, never heard him called that before.
That's
But then again, I'm new to this whole thing, so
That's what I call him, you know.
Oh.
I don't know if
Well,
he
never
cares or
heard of-
not, but I wouldn't. I beat him in an arm wrestling match, you know.
Oh, stop boasting.
Like,
Seriously.
I can do what I
Yeah.
want, and you guys knock me out.
Oh,
Regardless,
best
you know this guy?
as well. I hear the man's better with his guns than he is with his arms.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Still, I beat him.
I would not want to test that.
Well, either way, I'm glad to see that the rest of you made it off the Glen all right.
Yeah,
Likewise.
The captain,
Think?
your captain died. How did you feel about that?
No skin off my back. I told you before, the man was a prick.
Yeah, no.
I mean, those debt collectors back on the south coast are probably gonna have a stick up their asses for a while, but that's no problem of mine. I work for League now.
How'd you get that?
Well, a couple of us who survived the wreck, we made our way to town. That lady with the tan skin and a hood, she sent us along. Put in a good word for us with League, and he set us up with jobs.
Oh, well, that's good.
Oh, he gently knocks himself with his knuckles on the fist. I'm stupid. Name's Bont, by the way.
Oh, yo, did I not ask you for your name before? I forget.
Nah, I'm pretty sure I was just a deckhand.
Oh, I don't remember. But anyway, I'll shake your hand too.
Yeah, he reaches up and he shakes your hand.
Yeah, so, League sent me here to tell you that he's got your new ship ready and he's waiting for you down at the dock.
I take it you wouldn't be here if you weren't going to be a part of it.
Oh no, the work I got is working for League as a town liaison. Basically, he can't be running back and forth from the fort telling everybody or giving everybody messages and whatnot, so he's got people for that.
Good for you then.
Okay.
Yeah, and he knew you guys would be staying here. He had some business to handle with your ship at the docks, so he sent me to send you the message.
Don't forget to go back to your family at some point.
What family?
Oh, I thought you had a thingy back somewhere. I don't remember.
I got a brother back in the Underdock in Ushula.
Huh. Well, if you want to see him, go see him at some point. It's up to you.
I write periodically.
Alright, well, that's enough.
Oh, but before you guys head out, he reaches into his tunic and he pulls out a suede pouch and he tosses it just in y'all's general direction. I'm gonna say Jura goes ahead and catches it. So, figured since you guys never made it to Antelia, and since Grodeska technically didn't do the job he was paid to do, I repossessed that 10 gold fee that each of you paid him with
Hey,
interest.
Nice.
Like as you open the pouch, you see that there's there's 50 gold in there for each of you.
Nice. It's a big pouch.
Yeah. Yeah, turns out that while the ship was going down, the old man was just trying to huddle on to all of his shit. Ran into his quarters, took what he could carry, but he couldn't carry a whole lot, and I could carry more.
Well, it works out.
Well, I will tell you what,
Works for
though.
me, the slimy bastard.
Well, I only got what I could grab, and I will tell you that Grodeska was practically sitting on a retirement fund. And I figure if you could find a way to travel to the bottom of the ocean, there could be a hell of a lot more still waiting aboard the wreck of the Glen, and it'll make it worth your while.
Oh, we could travel to the bottom of the ocean by just taking a silver coin.
I'm less
that
concerned
nearly
about getting
drowned me
down there
before.
personally and more concerned about what would be down there to stop us from taking it.
Exactly.
Get to the bottom by taking a silver What the fuck did y'all do since I last saw you?
Well, I went to this coral reef, and I saw something silver. Didn't know what it
He
was.
got hit on the head. Ignore him.
I also got smacked. A lot of things happened to me, really.
Yeah, numerous times, and I just smacked Jura in the back of the head again.
Stop hitting me!
You're a real interesting bunch, aren't you?
I think it's specifically me. These other guys ain't
Well-
so fun.
Well, again, League, ship, dock. Unfortunately, I got other errands to run, so while I would love to stay and talk, you all seem like a very pleasant bunch. I need to go and do the rest of my work.
Goodbye,
So with
Mr.
that, Bond
Man.
gets up and leaves. So you guys go down to the road to the dock. It's a pretty quick, like 3-minute walk from the rolling hitch to the dock, and League is waiting for you there, and Sebastian is standing next to him.
Oh, hey, shoes.
I smile at League.
He smiles back, and he reaches up and he tips his tricorn to you. Ah, welcome back. I assume your evening was to your liking?
You could probably ask the butler about what happened between me and him.
I wrecked his shit, sir.
To be fair, it's when I allowed him to use magic.
I wish I could have been there to see it.
Well, that sounds enjoyable at least.
I did take the
Oh,
shoe.
and by the way, he turns to Ayame. I sent Hermes to Antelia with your letter to Mr. Sekia. He should get it within a day or so. And she's happy. You see her tail kind of swing back and forth. Now, if you'll follow me, he leads you over to the dock, and there's a brig that just pulled up overnight because it wasn't there before. And you see the name Ivy etched into the back. So, this is the Ivy. This is the ship that... Well, if I'm being frank, it's yours now.
Alright.
Thanks.
Let's see. She's got 8 cannons on each side, a pair of swivel guns towards the aft. Fairly quick as far as ships are concerned. I bet you she could at least match that little piece of shit that you all came in here on. But I believe it should be more than enough to get you from A to B, as well as help you with whatever you're going to be assisting me with. Which, on the matter, there is one other thing that I feel like I should give you, since you agreed to help me with this. And he sort of steps backward, and Sebastian steps forward.
We get the butler?
Yeah, he bows elegantly and deeply again, like reintroduces himself to all of you as Sebastian Ash. And he's like, well, yes, you see, as you'll be helping Captain League, he saw fit to loan me to you.
Can I have League instead?
Can I have the shoes?
I'll give you a gold coin if you can wreck his shit again.
Oh, it's going to be a daily struggle with you, isn't it, Master Jura?
Eh, maybe. Probably. Depends if I get bored or not.
I think I'll try a bit of fire magic next time.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Please, on a wooden ship.
He does raise a point there, Mr. Butler Man.
I'm sure he has enough control.
Oh, it's not a matter of control, Lady Thalia. I'll simply throw him overboard first.
I'm okay with that.
Second.
Joke's on you, I can swim.
Exactly. Let's see if you can dodge fire while you're at it.
And you were
I
just not
told-
very nice to me.
I told you, Master Jura, when the gloves come off, someone is the butler's bitch.
Well, at one point,
Now I really wish I saw that fight.
it was pretty
Well-
fun until I let him use magic.
I don't know, that seems when it got pretty fun to me.
Well, it's because you were able to use magic.
League chuckles. Well, if you lot are about situated, I've got some other things that I need to see to.
Alright.
And he starts walking up, and you see Mardavir sort of come out of the shadows and walk back up towards the fort with him. So now you're there with Sebastian.
There is one more thing that I would like to bring to our attention.
You gotta give me your
Since
shoes?
this... There's a... You know what? Never mind.
Some
Since
trouble?
since this is your ship now, you're going to figure out what job everyone has. Specifically, I suggest someone as a captain, a quartermaster, and a boatswain.
I don't know what any of those things are. I'll do them all.
Captain is the person who basically decides where the boat goes. Quartermaster is the first mate who makes sure that everybody else is doing their jobs. And a boatswain is basically the chief deck operator who oversees all the rigging, the sailing operations.
Well, I say Okazar could probably be the captain since he's been on boats the most.
Are you sure you trust me to do any of those jobs? I'm not very bright.
You could be the line handler guy.
Well, there are also other jobs. There's lookout, there's helmsman. I mean, when Ash says helmsman, Nikit raises his hand, and he was the one who took over for the helmsman on the Glen when it was going down, and he kept it pretty well under control given the circumstances.
Yeah, I'm definitely saying he's on the helm, and yeah, freaking Jira is definitely manning all the lines and stuff.
Let Mr. Butler handle the crew, like the peoples, to make sure they're doing their jobs.
Managing the staff, much like I do at the fort.
Yes.
Very good.
Seems fitting.
May I say, I'm also one hell of a housekeeper.
Well, we're on a boat, not a house.
It's a figure of speech, dumbass.
Yeah, but we're on a boat.
Ayame giggles as you say that, and as she's sort of like shyly nudging her face against her shakujo, she mentions that she knows how to cook.
Well, that works. I was gonna have her be the lookout, but that works.
Yeah, Mel. As you look around, Mel is already up there.
What the when?
That's the thing. You have no idea. She was just up there, and she looks over the side and yells down, "Look out!" with her hand raised.
What? When? As I yell up to her.
She smiles and just pulls herself back in out of view.
That bitch.
You say that and not the person who stole your kill?
Just when? I need to know. Anyway.
I forget what's left.
Well,
I'll be honest.
we need a first
if you
mate.
knew, she wouldn't be very good at what she does.
What's left is quartermaster, boatswain, and then I think navigator. And
I'll
the
do
one
navigator.
the one that you guys don't pick will be what Charya is.
I
It's
guess
really
I'll do
just
navigator.
it's really just a ship thing. Once you guys are on land, it's kind of a moot point.
I don't know which position do you guys trust me in?
Well, you're all brawn and very little intelligence, so boatswain is actually a pretty good fit for you.
What is that? What do I do on that? I forget.
It's basically your line handling, you're overseeing deck operations. If if the sails need to be unfurled to half or to full, you're basically in charge of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're also oh no, I guess gun maintenance would be somebody else's job. But regardless, yeah, that's basically what you do. It's all deck work.
I'll be the bosun.
Okay, then that leaves Charya as the quartermaster. basically as the first mate who makes sure that everybody else is doing their jobs. Okay, so if you guys want, you can add to your sheets your respective ranks. So in Okazad's case, Captain of the Ivy, Thalia, Navigator of the Ivy.
Wait, where is that?
I would just put it in, I don't know, maybe your features and traits where all of your skills go. Or just put it in, no, actually there's a section for that on the second page, I think, where you can put notes and factions and stuff like that.
Additional features and traits, allies and organizations.
No, go to where it says bio.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, allies, organizations, additional features and traits. There's a lot of stuff you can put there. Just as a little note to remind you what your job is on the boat. And that is where we will end it today.
Alrighty, fine.
Alright. That works.
That
Sounds
was
good.
yeah, that was pretty fun.
Wait, we gotta say goodbye to everybody. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah, later. See you next time.
Hopefully it won't be another month.